All right. What is up, everybody? This is Mr. Extraordinary back with another video. I'm not alone. I'm with the gang. As you can see, I'm with my compadres. I'm with Pila from the Natgasm podcast, as well as the Lokhala. Both of them have some really cool content on KC Media. Please do check out that channel. Make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you comment. If you're a Star Wars fan, if you're sorry, what's this? What's that one with Lelouch again?
Code
Oh,
Geass.
Code
Yeah,
Geass.
if you're a Code Geass
Are we
fan,
gonna cover Code Geass? Because I've never watched it.
You've never
I've
watched it.
yeah, I've never
Oh,
watched
don't
it.
be that person. Come on.
Who
But
is who's
if you're-
Buckmeister? Who's this guy talking in the
I've
corner?
never heard him.
But
There's like
basically,
a random black square in my screen.
if you're a geek and you like Yu-Gi-Oh or any of the things that I've mentioned, that channel is for you. You'll love everything that these guys, they rant a lot. So they might say something about your favorite character that you might not agree with. Or you,
Unintentionally. You know the funny thing is we are trying to be positive, but you guys bring out the worst in us.
and by the way, they can predict certain things that actually come through. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. And then we have Buckmeister, man. Buckmeister, the coolest kid everywhere, man. I'm sorry, Nasty C. So yeah, he has two YouTube channels. He has Buck Meister Cool Reacts, and then he has Meister Geek Media. And we also feature on there. We did something called Geek Blasphemy, which
Geek
has
Heresy.
changed.
We gotta change it.
Yeah, it's changed to Geek Heresy now. And if you want to know stuff like whether Dragon Ball GT is better than Dragon Ball Super, check out that channel.
Hey, dog. Also, top 10 anime betrayals, my guy. Yo, this guy had me going. Top 10 anime betrayals.
Yeah.
Just a quick note on the Recast the Child podcast that I was doing. I got a chance to shout you guys out, which is nice. They said I should email them the channels, so I did that and all of that stuff. And I hope that brings some new eyes because they were asking. They were asking. They were asking, "What's the show that you're doing after this show?" And I said this one. So yeah. Recast the Child, damn it.
So
I mean, you said the TikTok about that guy quarreling with you with the from TikTok.
Oh, we weren't quarreling. We worked it out. I see what he's trying to say, but I disagree. But it's
that
whatever.
him? Is that the guy you were talking about?
Yeah. He was the one inviting me on his show to talk about our back and forth on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is Africa is Next podcast. And yeah, we are continuing with a discussion about Bleach. This is basically the third episode of Bleach. We are still covering the Sword of Society arc. Basically, we left at the killing of Aizen, I believe. And now,
somewhere there.
And basically the match between
Zaraki Kenpachi and Kurosaki Ichigo.
Yes, Zaraki Kenpachi and Ichigo. So yeah,
which I maintain Kenpachi won. He was last man standing. I don't want to hear it.
Kenpachi himself conceded. What did Kenpachi say?
He can concede. I think he conceded because it was the first time it happened to him in his life. I think that's what happened. But he was still last man standing.
Also, Ichigo only survived because the mask blocked the hit, and he didn't do that.
No, also on top of that, was this Kenpachi had a chance when Ichigo was down and asking for help from Zangetsu, and he didn't take the shot. So,
but I
give it to Kenpachi.
That's Kenpachi's way. He never kills. He never finishes off a down opponent.
No, it depends though. Sometimes he has no problem.
If it's necessary, yeah. I think it's because he enjoys the fight more than he.
Like who? The only time he finishes someone off is when the person is stupid enough to say, "I ain't giving up. You better fight me."
True.
I haven't stopped the fight. Otherwise, when the guy is on his knees and is finished, he's like, "Good fight. See you next time. Bye." It's like, where are you going?
No, the other time. I mean, he does do a finisher in Hueco Mundo when what's this?
When he used both of his hands.
Yeah.
Yes, because he wanted to leave, and then Noitra said, "Where are you going, Shinigami? Are you scared?"
But
okay, we'll get into Hueco Mundo on another day.
Blood War arc as well.
I literally have the book in my room. I will bring it out.
No. We're not disagreeing with you.
Wait, I have a question for you guys. This is a tangent, but so Aizen is hanging at the top of some building.
Yes.
Sword stuck through him. So far, and Bleach is having a mystery storyline. It's like Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
Mm.
who killed
Who
Isaac?
killed Aizen?
Mm.
How did you guys feel about that story arc? Were you intrigued?
I was.
Were
I
you-
think the first time I saw it, I was like, yeah, what the hell happened? Because like the first time when I was just watching it through, that was the arc that kind of stuck in my mind. I mean,
Mm.
that and the what's this? Yeah, and Hueco Mundo also stuck in my mind. I think those are the two arcs that, like, when I was watching Bleach at the time, that's what I thought of when I thought of Bleach.
Mm.
And I was just like, how? Because the captains are shown to be like kind of powerful, and like Aizen, they
Mm.
kind of treat him like he's stronger than a lot of the other captains.
Mm.
So
Well,
and
at that point, that you could at least we sense that he was strong.
yeah. No,
Mm.
but I'm saying the way other captains kind of deferred to
Mm.
him and how vice captains were acting around him, I kind of got the impression that he was stronger than some of the other captains. And then also, he's like got this nice, he's like the most
Mm.
unassuming of the captains. Like he has the least personality at that stage of the captains to me. So it's
He's the
just like,
Clark Kenting hard.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like,
But-
oh, okay, what's happening? And he's
Foreshadowing.
also nice and all of that stuff. And then boom, he's dead. And then you're just like, what the hell?
Look,
What happened?
the people that I really liked without them even like lifting a finger, like I just like them from just seeing their personality from the jump. It was Ukitake and Aizen. Well, the Clark Kent version of Aizen, because just how they were interacting with other people, how he was giving Renji advice, or rather telling him that, dude, this is not supposed to happen like this. Clearly, there's something happening. You're like, hey, I can trust this guy. You know, whenever you knock on his door, he's available, busy writing on the scrolls there. You're like, this is the guy to go to. You know, so him and Ukitake, because Ukitake from the jump, he was never really.
Well, also
against-
Shinsui. I really dug Shinsui
even
as well.
Shinsu, yeah.
No,
Shinsu,
it's Ukitake, Aizen, and Shisui were like the more laid back captains there.
yes.
We can handle the admin stuff. Or this is just a job. I'm not doing this because I like fighting. I don't have this. I don't carry this burden on my back that I have to have some supernatural justice. I'm not a creepy smiley person that makes you want to call Peter whenever he approaches me. Can you talk about how creepy Gin was? Can you just talk about that?
Gin, I'm thinking about Mayuri. Mayuri was creeping the hell out of me.
But that's what made the Aizen thing so interesting.
Because it was
There was
revealed like
suspects.
Gin was the creepy smiley guy was the one was highlighted as the new kind of bad guy, and we had backstory about how nobody liked this person as a captain, how he was trying to make friends with Byakuya because they became captains at the same time. They were promoted to captainhood at the same time, and how Ricky is like, I've never talking to this man feels like snakes coiling around my neck. That's the description she gives whenever she talks to Gin. So we are always highlighted to be suspicious of the smiley person.
Yeah.
We were creeped out by Mayuri. That's true because he is a mad scientist, and
I guess there's also two people that we didn't mention. Maybe it's because they didn't really get much screen time until later on. Tosen and the Fox guy. What's his name again?
Oh,
Komamura Saji.
Komamura.
I didn't really get any villain vibes from them. I just felt like they're also cool. It's just that they were just sidelined a little bit more. But I just felt like I didn't suspect those two to be people who could have killed Aizen, if that makes sense.
True.
So, and you also get the feeling that they were reacting to the death of Aizen to go into the fields of battle, because
Yes.
Tosen was there while Unohana was busy examining his body with Komamura, and it's like saying, like, is there any way that this person could be a fake out? It's just like, nope. I analyzed this body. This is a proper body. He's dead.
Which is a huge plot hole in itself. That one. Eh?
Why?
I think Unohana was playing along because she's trying to figure out what was happening.
Possibly, because I don't think someone who has been dealing with so many bodies for so many years did not see that this is an illusion.
That is so true. That's such a good plot hole.
But
I'm saying, like, the other thing is, it's like the Hogyoku. I was checking out, because it's in this arc as well. I was checking out like some stuff on Reddit, and I was like, why did Urahara? I mean, should we get to that, or should we just keep going?
Or let's just wait. So how did that message come? Who told everybody that Aizen was dead? Who noticed? Was it Was it his?
Her second in command, she was
Yeah.
late for a vice captain's meeting. She was slept over at Eisen's house.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
they're
I
like,
think
oh my God, I'm late.
She
She's
loved
now
Aizen, that lady. She really wanted Aizen to marry him.
Oh, Hinamori, right?
Hinamori,
Yeah.
yes.
She wanted Aizen to Sasuke her.
You know,
Uh,
and you know, she is the Sakura of the group. If you pay attention now.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
is. Of the vice
yeah,
captain.
you like Orihime ain't got nothing on Hinamori.
Bro,
I'm
like
sorry.
Ikaku is way more useful than her, and she's a vice captain.
No, Hinamori, Orihime has nothing on Hinamori.
You guys are being very specific towards this arc. You're
Yeah.
forgetting the whole context
We
of
haven't
Bleach.
gotten, like I said, this arc. She's the Sakura of
Yes,
this
in
arc.
this arc, she's the Sakura.
I'm looking overall.
Overall.
Oh no!
Okay. well,
Hinamori was crying for Aizen when he. Okay, we'll get to it. But I'm just saying.
But I think she was just created to be a tragic character, though.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
like,
Aizen
and life
Taicho.
just, it was just horrible. So.
Aizen Taicho. I was like, oh God, woman is dead. Get over it.
No, that's not the one where she got to me. When we get to it in the later story.
No, we are gonna discuss it because they find his corpse. She
Yes.
freaks out. She
Yes.
decides no, it's Gin who's the murderer, so she tries to attack Gin. Imagine you vice captain. You don't even we don't know if you. And funny enough, we barely knew about Bankai at that point, so we didn't know that these captains have Bankai. So
We knew about Shika, though.
we knew about Shikai, but we thought this woman is not going to try and take on Gin, a captain, because she just saw Aizen dead, and then one of her best friends is defending his captain because that's his job.
Mm.
And then,
but that's why I have beef with your guy.
What's his name?
Yamamoto. Because I'm like, let's say Aizen is a good guy and he is a captain and he has just died, and you have people infiltrating your parliament, basically. Don't you think it's time for you to actually take this seriously?
Like he is. Look, you know what? I get the feeling. Okay, I'm not. This is just a criticism too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not defending him at all. I'm just saying, he's at that age where so much of this crazy nonsense has been happening every other day in society that he just doesn't give a damn anymore.
Like chaos is rampant.
And to prove my point, how many times does it happen after when we are invested in Soul Society? How many movies? How many fillers? How many times does Soul Society get messed up? It's just another Tuesday.
And also, I think Shinsui said something in the 1,000-Year Blood War. I'm not sure if it was him or if it was another captain. Someone said that the fact that the old man withdrew his sword means that we're not really doing our job. So I think to him, it's like, I have 12 captains. So they will make it work. Okay, at this point is 11. Because it's like, I can't have 11 captains struggling with Ryoka and having detectives who are not going to sort this out.
I'm sure he was just disappointed. He was just like, what's happening?
And I trained you better because he's literally trained. Of all the captains, there's only one he hasn't personally trained, and that's Unohan. All the others, he's trained.
But okay, let's say, for example, you're a captain, and then there's this guy who's going around screaming Getsuga Tensho. Is nobody in this captain world going to be like, oh, that sounds familiar?
Not all of them were present, though. I mean, people like Hitsugaya. Hitsugaya was not a captain at the time.
But he was a third seat. He knew about Captain Shiba's.
But did he encounter Ichigo though at that moment?
He encountered.
Isn't Getsuga Tensho what's this, Ichigo's move only?
No,
this dad's move as well.
Wait, but how does that work? Because I thought that was like specific to thingy. His
I totally hear you. You are so right. You're so right. Like I totally hear you, but it's Bleach. So just take that. Just take all of that and just.
Okay.
It seems like
cool. Okay, I got you.
Let me give you the storyline version. Ishin's sword is called Engetsu, which means, I believe, crescent moon. And that that source technique attack is called Getsuga Tenshu, just like Zangetsu, which is called Cutting Moon.
Oh, okay.
So
it's like they're of the same kind type of thing.
Moon,
I guess. Sharingan.
But I mean, technically, Ichigo's dad was a captain, so there's a whole squad that is very familiar with that.
That's what. That's what
100 people
at least
have heard it out loud.
Yeah.
So when you hear it, aren't you guys gonna be like?
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you look at what happened with Soifon and Yoruichi, it's just like Soifon was like, yo, I made this new move. No, it's never been tested. Yada, yada, yada. And then, Soifon's like, what are you talking about? Nah, let me show you how to do this.
Okay, true.
To counter that argument, that's in terms of developing a new technique. Are you telling me of your squad, nobody in your squad has had you use your Shikai? Second, they've never seen you use Getsuga Tenshu.
Well, I mean, if we look at how they're fighting in Soul Society at this point, nobody's using any moves.
Okay, wait. You know what? Let's bury this point because let's put it in a different context. Okay, let's say you're a ninja in Konoha, and then some random guy infiltrates and starts using a Rasengan. Is no one gonna be like, who the hell is this guy, and why does he know Rasengan? And why does he look like the fourth?
Well, I mean, first off, you have to look at it because nobody put 2 and 2 together with Naruto anyway. So, I'm just saying, like the fact that none of the teachers, actually looked at this kid, and they were just like, but
does he look like? Does he not look like Hayendo? No.
In Naruto, they knew, dog. They just.
No, they didn't because they would not treat the fourth son like that. There was no way. Hokage son. But look at the way they treat Konohamaru. I'm saying, look at the way they treat Konohamaru. Everybody indulges Konohamaru's nonsense, whatever he wants to do, because he's the grandson of the third. But the fourth, the hero of the village, and they're throwing stones at him, and they're beating him up in the streets and kicking him out.
I believe they said it had to do. They had to do with Danzo or something.
Yeah, that was Danzo. Yeah.
We'll get.
Anyway, that's another enemy.
Who was Shikamaru's master again? That's the third son, was.
Oh, Asuma Sensei, yeah.
But Asuma didn't get that. He didn't get.
No, he didn't want it. He didn't ask it.
As far as we know, he didn't know what his personal life was.
No, I'm saying with his personal. I mean, he was well respected, but he never wanted the. He never wanted the adoration. He was like, no, I'm gonna distance myself from that.
Yeah, that's true.
Can someone also, before we leave Naruto, what was Yamato's real name? Can someone find it out? Can look it up somewhere?
Oh, Yamamoto.
No, Yamato. Remember the Yamato guy?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Yamato, a code name.
No, he doesn't have a name because he came from the root. So the root, you don't get names. Oh. Like Kakashi is the one who gave him a name.
Yeah, also Sai.
No, Sai is also a code name. It's not his name.
It's also a code name.
Yeah, like when you're in the Anbu route, you're supposed to be like completely like, like you're not a person.
Except Kakashi for some reason.
No, Kakashi was never in the route. He was in the Anbu Black Ops. So the route is the level below the. See, I'm the Naruto nerd.
Okay. So wait, are you telling me Sai was a member of route?
Yes, he was an invention from Danzo. Like he even has the seal on his tongue that when he wants to speak about Danzo.
But then why was it? But it was Tsunade that gave him the code name.
Sorry, say again.
It was Tsunade who gave Sai that code name.
No. He didn't give him. He came to her with it. The code name comes from Danzo.
Then Yamato was the one who was given the code name from Tsunade, because one of them was Tsunade Shidaki.
No. Tsunade wasn't involved with the route. She knew it existed, but she never touched the route. Like that's all Danzo.
Okay, so when he appeared in that office and she said your code name is Yamato, that was already established.
Yeah, that was already established. He'd always been Yamato at that point, from my knowledge.
Cool. Well, back to Bleach.
I can't. You can see I'm excited. Yeah, no,
I'm waiting for that conversation.
Wait, so
look at us with our ADHD.
This arc is where? Oh wait, actually, I have another random question.
Yes.
What so far out of the main themes? Because I guess we're on 3 now.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite theme out of the 3 that have happened?
I wanted to ask you guys that question actually. For me, it's the first
for the opening.
Yeah.
for the first one, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like a lot of them. Like my favorite one is that
After
Yeah.
Dark. Okay.
That's my
We
favorite
haven't
one.
done that yet.
Yeah, After Dark is also my favorite.
I
Let me
don't
be
know.
honest.
I like the Hirana Itamika Nazi.
Look,
I
yeah,
like that one.
I like
like
that
it.
one. But I kid you not, the one intro that got me into Bleach that's got me into the Bleach to love Bleach permanently is the one that came after that one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shirino Hana.
That's
Shirino Hana, I was like,
Okay,
it's the one
I get
For
you.
me,
it's the one that got me.
for
And
me,
then suddenly I was listening to Japanese rock music. Suddenly it's like, okay, I fucks with this.
let me be honest. So for me, it's the first one. And then after that one, it's the Bound Arc one. Tonight, love is worldwide.
Yeah, oh, dude, that one is
So
so
another
fire.
day, Jesus shooting.
Yeah.
And then after that one, it's the after that one. Na 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 no na. I love that one though. That's my
How
favorite.
are you guys gonna skip the one just before that? That one is so fire. The Imare Mika Sekai wa.
Oh yeah,
That one is
I
so
like that
fire,
one.
dog.
Oh, but wait, hold up. You're also forgetting another one that I also liked.
Orada.
That
might be the most iconic.
Because of that scene, that zoom out scene where you see So Society and all those captains out, and then you just see, then there's me there, and then the Garganta opens with that Aizen standing there, and then zoom out again. Perfect direction.
You know what's
But
so
for me,
weird?
the After Dark one, is it After Dark the one the Kung Fu what no?
Yeah, that's After Dark.
You see when the Aranka are about to go sit to
Yeah.
the perspective, and then also the part where Aizen is just chilling like this, and Ichigo is like coming in.
Yes, and it's like whatever.
He's not moved, bro. I'm like, yo, bro.
What are you going to do?
The closer he gets to Aizen, his mask just starts shattering. Like,
Yes.
I'm like, no. For me.
Oh, now that's what was in my head. Thank you so much.
The most random ass ending theme I think is the first one, because like because like it's such an upbeat, happy show, and then it ends like nobody knows. I really am. I'm like, what is going on? Like, what?
I was hella confused. I was like, wait, what are they talking about? Your various power sets?
But that's the thing you also learn about Bleach endings. Almost all of them have this weird feeling like, am I depressed?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I think a lot of anime, because Naruto also had some of those outros where I was just like, bro, this does not fit this show.
No, dude, sad. Naruto ending themes are depression. 100%, dog.
There's this other one where they show him running when he was a kid. I think it's one of the first part one.
Yeah.
And then they show how he used to be in Sasuke's shadow all along.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, I just came from this guy Rasengan, and he was like, it's the first time he hit it, everybody's hype, and then all of a sudden it's just bling.
You know what? The fact that you guys are talking about it now, I have to say, I know this is a Bleach thing, but I know to say it now. Naruto is better than Bleach, yo. We haven't gotten to the end yet, but I think Naruto is better than Bleach. I feel so many.
Naruto is my favorite anime of all time. But anyway, getting back to Bleach, because let's give Bleach some respect.
Yes.
Bleach for me at this point in time, I liked Bleach more than Naruto.
Makes sense.
I was confused as well at this point, because this is like the Zabuza arc for Naruto. Like if we were to compare maybe the episode numbers and stuff. This was
I mean, I don't know. I think the thing is though is that Naruto takes more time to kind of get started. Like Kubo kind of felt like he just wanted to get to the point. Whereas Masashi wanted to do a lot of build up. Like
Yeah.
Masashi wanted to do a lot of he wanted to
Yeah.
explain chakra, he wanted to explain summoning, he wanted to explain
No,
the nature types and all of that stuff. Whereas
agree.
Kubo's just like, let's go, let's go, let's go.
and we
I
can
agree with
see.
you.
Figure it
Taking his
out.
time. He
Mm,
was
and-
definitely taking his time with the whole tuning exams.
No, I agree with you guys. At this time, Bleach was by far my favorite anime. Especially Naruto didn't matter to me. Like I used to be like, why is Naruto so sad and so boring? Let me watch Bleach.
Yeah.
And then as time went by, I was like, Sasuke, why?
Dog, no. Naruto had me from jump, but also like with Bleach, I wasn't ever bored. Like I wasn't ever like, what's going on here? I just think that there was questions sometimes, like when we get to this Captain arc, right, and we see the stuff that Byakuya is doing, and I'm just like, if this is the power of a captain, how did Ichigo? How? But anyway.
You see,
Also,
that's the
shout out
thing.
to Byakuya for being the only captain doing their job in this arc.
And
Bruh.
to put it into context, he was doing
yeah,
this
yeah.
while severely conflicted. Because half of him has made an oath to his dead wife saying, I'll take care of this person. And then the other half has a duty to uphold the Byakuya clan because people don't know that him marrying, what's the name of the girl now? It's Hisana or something like that. Him marrying Rukia's sister was him acting in defiance. He was never in a million years would that have let him marry into a commoner, but he fell in love with this commoner and he married her and then she died, unfortunately.
But
But
also,
that was
guys,
so he
sorry.
made a promise that he'll never defy the will of the family, put the family into disrepute ever again. And now we have somebody who's being ordered to be executed. He wants to protect, but for him to act, to flex his nepotism, basically, is to act against the family's authority, which is now, we just see a conflicted man. But
But also,
all this time, duty before everything.
I just want to ask, we know that if people die on Earth, they go to either Hakamundo or they go to Serete, right? Or not necessarily Serete, but
Rukangai.
Rabongi, yeah.
Oh, hell.
So,
hell.
well, I thought hell is Hegemundo.
No.
Hekamundo's
hell.
not. There's
Hekumundi is where the hollows chill. It's like
Oh, that's why there's now a hell arc. Okay.
there's a hell where
So now my question is, where did Byakuya's wife go? Like, okay, if you die, if you're in Rabongi,
people die there all the time.
I guess you know what it is. It's just you have to accept that in the Bleach world you die twice. Like that's
Yeah,
basically what happens. Like, and I think when you die the second time, you just become part of the Soul King. I don't know.
No, that's the whole problem with the Quincy, right? So like when you die in Soul Society, you're supposed to be reincarnated in the human world. So therefore there's an equal balance of spirit pressure. So when the Quincy kill Hollows, they cease to exist and they don't follow the chain of being reincarnated. Therefore there's an imbalance. So I kind of got what Kubo was doing with that. So if you die in Soul Society as a soul, then you get reincarnated back into the human world, and then you follow the loop again and again and again.
But apparently, if you die as a captain, you end up in hell. Hence the hell arc.
Okay, that I have no idea about.
Is that so?
Probably true.
Well, I saw on YouTube. I don't know how true that is, but apparently
that doesn't make sense.
That
I don't know.
Not make sense at all. I know
Kubo is fast and loose with his rules, but I don't think he would be that fast and that loose. I don't.
Yeah, what I hear is the hell arc. Basically, almost every captain that we know is in the hell. Is in the hell arc. If that makes sense.
Because there was somebody tried to escape, from what I remember.
I think that's other machinations.
Because
I mean, again, I think we'll get to it when we get to it.
But in technicality, the hell arc is also super filler. It's actually a film.
Yeah, the hell arc doesn't count, but there is going to be a new hell arc because Kubo said he's coming back to Bleach. He's gonna do burn. He's gonna do the
after the Blood War. He's coming back.
Have you guys not read the one shot with Ichigo and Orihime's kid?
Yeah, he did the one shot.
No, I haven't seen it.
Check out the one shot. It's pretty decent.
That's why it's called the hell.
Look at the joy in my heart.
Hey man, look, like the fact that some anime couple worked out, like in terms of anime land and how anime couples work,
Also, imagine Ichigo's kid. What is that kid? He's half everything in under the sun, bro.
Well, technically, he should not be because remember, okay, I'm going into fourth war, thousand year war arc. Spoilers here, so cover as children. Okay. Oh, so you're okay with me spoiling it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I read it already.
I've also read it.
Okay, so Yuak actually withdraws all of Ichigo's hollow and Fullbringer powers at the end, so he's just a Shinigami.
Oh.
And what
Yo, I
about
don't remember that, but you're probably right.
He takes out what powers? The full break Quincy.
And Quincy powers, yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Oh, and so he takes out all three of the other ones.
Remember, you learn that the Zanpakuto basically is a hollow spirit. So,
Hey, right.
So that hollow side is actually been, and I will never forgive Kubo. He technically has always been Zangetsu this entire time. Fuck you. Anyway.
Yeah.
That
no, it doesn't make sense though. But it is.
You mean
it doesn't make sense? But to Kubo's credit, he did mention it earlier. So.
What?
In the story about the whole Zangetsu hollow tie and whatever. He does say it earlier.
Well, no, it's implied.
But I mean, there's literally scenes where the hollow and Zangetsu are having conversations.
Yeah, but like they're supposed to be two, like according, like with the I don't know, was it when he was thingy? But this is Hueco Mondo stuff. I guess we'll talk about it later. Just getting back to this for a second. Shout out to Renji. And I did like Renji in this, and I see why the pairings worked out the way that they worked out. Now that I'm rewatching it, I don't think Kubo was set on Rukia Ichigo. I think he was always set on the pairings that he made. I just think that the way he wrote Rukia's character was a way better fit. I mean, she's just a way better character than Orihime in general, but I think she was just a way better fit to Ichigo than she was to Renji. But I see exactly why they did what they did. So it's just like, okay.
Yeah, because they're more like best friends than they are. But I guess it makes sense. It makes sense.
No, we if you pay careful, or rather, if you also, for those who read the episode 0, you learn that in no way Ichigo and Rukia were basically the day ones characters that Kubo designed when he made Bleach.
Yes.
So
it actually started with Rukia. Actually, he started with Rukia. But then after came up with Ichigo and made Ichigo the main character. Then
basically the pilot, there you go. The pilot episode involves that whole fight between Inoue
and the brother.
That's basically the pilot episode for Bleach.
Yes.
So that's how it started. Different story. The drawing was a little different, but it was a very interesting storyline. And at that point, apparently, Inoue was supposed to be dead. And
yes. So basically, for those who don't know, whoever's watching this, what happens is before your story gets serialized, like a Bleach or a Naruto or a Death Note or whatever, is they do a one shot, right? So a one shot is basically a story that doesn't continue. It's just one chapter. It could be 40 pages long, even. So all of them, including One Piece, there is a one shot that comes before the main story.
The pilot.
I know with Naruto, for instance, Naruto could actually transform into a demon fox, but not as huge as QB, just a small demon fox.
And there
was like vehicles, like scooters and stuff in the one shot.
And the third was the one who spared his life as a kid because he was supposed to have killed him, but he felt sorry for him as a child. It was a very sweet, very interesting little.
Yeah.
Look at us going into Naruto. We are jonesing for Naruto, aren't we? Like we are like junkies.
We're 2 seconds away from Kagebo no Jutsu.
We might take a break from this and do Naruto.
No. Let's finish up. Let's finish up Bleach.
Because we are getting to my favorite parts. First, what I liked about this arc, we finally get to understand a little more, a little more into the training purposes. The Bankai training is in fact training, and what I like, well, it's not. Look,
with the training arcs, you just have to assume that as soon as Ichigo is swinging his sword in a training arc of some sort, he gets 50 plus bonus points. You just accept that. And also I have the headcanon that he gets something equivalent to a Zenkai boost. Like I'm sure there's like the hollows when they heal or something. Because also if we look at like just to go to Huecomundo just for a little bit again, if we look at some of the Arankar when they get their arms back or whatever and like it's healed properly, like Grimjo, he gets like an instant power boost or whatever because he's boxing with people that he's supposed to be way weaker than. So I'm just in my head canon. I'm just like, okay, because he's half of everything, there's some Zenkai boost involved here.
Yeah. But I just wanted to imply that what I liked about the quote unquote training arc is that the job is for you to beat the sword into submission. It's not necessarily learn this technique or go study in the mountain. It's like first you learn that this sword. When you learn your Shikai, is that okay? The Shikai is that you've got a sword, you call out its name, it responds to you. Then for you to gain more power, you need to rely on its power. This part, to achieve Bankai, you need to stop relying on the sword's power and start relying on your own. And that's the big twist up that I liked about this Bankai training. I mean, Zangetsu, I will call him Zangetsu until I die, by the way. Old man Zangetsu actually says,
Yuhaba.
Yuhaba.
What is that? Who's that? Excuse me, I need to...
Nani?
Excuse me, I need to mix my blood with the Sarah to shoot you guys. I need to shoot a Grand Racer right now. Give me
His Majesty.
Who's that? Anyway, old man Zangetsu was telling me the rules of the game.
Oh, you know what? That's how Ichigo won against Saraki Kenpachi. He had the stand writer.
Yes.
He hardened his skin.
Yes.
Ichigo's
the JoJo. Actually, it is. He came into the real world and it's like, Ichigo, listen, here, let me hold your sword with you.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Cue that.
By the way, guys, am I the only one that noticed this? But doesn't it seem like Zangetsu has one arm or something like that?
No. I think he only uses one arm, but I think he had both.
Yeah, no, he's got two, but he likes posing. The guy has got the other arm is always in his pocket. It's like
he's
always saying that, but he's got two arms.
And he's got a thing for buildings.
So Ichigo fights against the old man. First, you think the job was to find the real sword, because he feels this entire valley with fakes with all of these swords, and then because Ichigo's a dumb as Zangetsu eventually tells him the real reason why that sword broke was because it's a part of your soul that is too weak and relies on my power too much. That's when Ichigo realized, the game is not to find the sword; it's actually to beat this man to submission.
Hey, he's 15 years old in a magical land with people who can slice buildings. I give him the benefit.
I have a question. I forgot. I genuinely forgot. But I remember before the training starts, Yorichi tells Ichigo that if he fails with the training, something bad will happen to him. I forgot what it was. What was it?
If he can't achieve Bankai in 3 days, he will never be able to achieve it at all.
Oh, okay.
Oh, right.
Something like that.
Which is like okay, but damn.
Yeah.
I think this is probably the only arc that has so much pressure on the main characters in such a short amount of time. Like, you have to go in a place that's filled with captains. You're inexperienced. Like, you just learned your powers. Like, you guys just learned your powers.
It's not. If you think about it, it's not really even 6 months. The guy is still in the same grade. You're like he maybe finished his prelims or he's like mid-year exams, because I remember there was like war where he got his test results and it was like, Ichigo, you scored so high. You're like, oh my god, you're so smart. And then during school holidays.
But I think for me, if you really think about it, what makes peak writing in shonen, whether we're talking about the Frieza arc or the Cell arc or this arc, is when the main character has no chance in hell of actually defeating the enemy. But for some weird reason, usually we call it plot armor, but sometimes you're like, no, you made it by the skin of your teeth. Like,
you see, I agree with that for now, but then the problem with Bleach is that it does this way too many times.
No, I mean, I think the thing is, if you're cool with it at this point, because my questions was for the first season.
Yeah.
Like, well, the thing is, like, in the first, I remember when I was watching it, and I was just like, who is this Rukia? Why is she so important? I don't like. She's just getting handled. And then you get into the later season, and you go back, and you're just like, but Rukia, why were you struggling over here? And then you see like Ichigo, he's like fighting, and like these grand fishers and everything, they tell him it's the baddest of the baddest. And Ichigo doesn't have any technique, by the way. He's never trained with a sword, but he's handling these hollows. So for me, I'm like, at this point, I accept it. You know what? Okay, he just gets instant power boosts. What can you do? Every anime has their thing, it has their cycle. I guess this is what they do here.
So I just wanted to get to the point where this train is continuing. Then they speed up the execution date.
Which is why. That was one of the things. Why?
Because we find out later, when the big reveal about who the real bad guy is, the main bad guy was scared that they might actually break Rukia out, and he needed her to die. So instead of waiting it out, he sped up the execution date.
I don't know, but Kubo could have wrote something else. But anyway, we here now.
I just wanted to ask, when did
at least he explains it. The other things he doesn't.
Fair enough.
When did Yoriichi turn from being a cat to a human? Exactly.
She does it after she saves Ichigo from after getting beaten up by Renji and them Kenpachi. Sorry, by getting beat up by Kenpachi, and she drags him off, and then she reveals that she can turn into a cat.
And then you also enjoy the part.
She goes to Byakuya first, right, and says, "Dude, basically like giving him a warning of sorts." That
no. First is she fixes Ichigo. She sends him to the place. She's like, you survived. You survived because of this mask. Oh wow, this mask is lucky. No, give that mask to me immediately. I don't know why they even bother at this point. And then and then she turns into a gigantic woman, and then you realize that's when you also see that Ichigo is still a kid because he blushes the heck out of seeing a naked woman.
Yeah.
Hey, Yoriichi fine. I'll be like,
she's a top 10 anime.
But okay. The three of you, right? You're 15 years old, right? There's a completely naked, gorgeous woman in front of you. Would you tell her to put on her clothes?
Hell no.
Thank you.
Hey, but if
the thing is, though, depending on how you were raised, I might be like,
was a kid before then. Maybe.
No, because at 15, I was being told that I would be struck down with the lightning of God. So I was like, hey, maybe you know it. I just be like, hey, it's not my fault. Hey.
You know, she was right in front of me. What was oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I was just curious when exactly, because I think it was around that time, but I just wanted to be sure.
And then, yes, we can't forget that awesome race because, yes, Ichigo goes to the place to try and stop Byakuya. Ichigo, you find that Byakuya has gotten, Ichigo has gotten marginally stronger. He's blocking all of Byakuya's moves. Jushiro was like, oh, wow, this person is at least as strong as a captain. And then Byakuya was like, this is nothing compared to the person you're describing. Don't worry, I'll take care of him quickly. I like that the swag he has, even in his conflicted state. Is like, no, it's not that person you're describing. Let me show you.
I mean, like the thing is with Byakuya, I never got the sense that he had conflict until
afterwards. At that point, he was the biggest douchebag I have ever seen in my life.
Do you think it had something to do with his reputation as a
no, I mean, he says it. It's not necessarily his reputation. It was just the thing of, it's like Yamamoto. When Yamamoto flips and he's just like, oh, you guys, well, we'll get to that when we get to that. But I just think it was the thing of upholding the law of the Soul Society. I think that's all it was, because it was just like, if this is chaos, then none of it matters. Then all of it is null and void. Whereas if so I have to be the example is what I'm getting from that. But getting back to it, what's this? I love how what's this? Like this is one of like when people talk about a character entrance. This one, like for me, this was like when I got the proper introduction to Yoruichi. Like when she comes in and she binds his sword, and then she's just like, what's this? You remember my title, and then flash.
It's long time no see, Byakuya.
Oh yeah.
And like you. Like Ruki, who's that person? I'm not sure, but it sounds like that person could be Shioi Yorichi.
Right?
One of the best characters in all of Bleach, in my opinion.
I would say even in anime, she's top.
And I like, you know what I like? She's female, she's clearly black, and she clearly kicks ass. That's what I like.
She's like the Bleach version of Storm, if that makes sense.
Dude, that's why I'm so annoyed. Like Urahara's squad is the squad that this should have been about.
Yes. Like it's the squad, dog.
They should have just sent, cause and
shout out to like shout
out to Urahara standing all African characters. He is pro African. Look at it. His shop is full of the one kiddo expert who most probably could have killed everybody in the scenario. And it's like, you know what? You're my man for life. They're like, I swear to God, he's living in this. Those two were dating. Tell me I'm wrong.
Urahara and Yoruichi. I mean, if I was Urahara, definitely.
Urahara was the bike king for days. He had his own boyfriend working as a butler in the store who had enough magical power to kill the and then he had Yoruichi who comes in for a quickie once in a while, who also left her ex-girlfriend all the way there society like of first for him.
But you know, I think they should have JJK zeroed this situation and just did like a movie or something that was like talking about like the bad. Like I know they did an arc around it, but like I would have liked to see like a nice quality hype movie around Urahara as a character.
Yeah, because I mean, he's the one that chose Mayuri to replace him. You know,
he's the one who saw potential in Mayuri where other people were seeing a freak of nature, and in a society that
Mayuri doesn't help himself. Like Mayuri is wildy. Like
for me, Mayuri represents somebody who's in the spectrum. Like if you are hyper focused on honing on your craft,
yes,
you don't care what people think about your appearance.
Yeah. Yes,
what do you do or how rude you sound. So for me, he gives me a neurospicy ADHD autism vibe where it's like I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to make the.
But I'm saying my beef with him is how he treats his assistant. I'm just like, you don't have to do her like that.
Yeah, to him,
he made her.
He made her, so it's his property. So I don't come after me because I'm a male and this is a podcast. No, I'm not saying that all incels are supposed to have their own space. I'm just saying that Mayuri is of a certain mindset that just squares up into thinking my evolution, my progress, he's always trying to improve. That's his fixation.
But I think you start understanding him way more in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc. I know we're not gonna talk about it, but like I was watching it recently and I'm like, wow, I finally even Ichigo says the same thing. It's like I thought that guy was a creep all along, but now I actually understand.
that is all added from the anime. You don't get much of that in the manga. The manga, he's still just as disgustingly creepy as ever, and he literally performs a war crime. But we'll come back to that later.
But basically, the narrative at this point paints Hitsugaya as the potential main suspect, apart from Gin. Because
Hitsugaya is the main detective. He's like trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
But didn't you suspect at a point? I mean, before he started doing that whole.
No, I didn't suspect Hitsugaya. The guy that I was looking at was The guy that I was looking at was it was Gin, but I was also kind of not Tosen specifically, but it was kind of like you are a little bit too calm for this situation happening here. And like with that backstory that we got where you were super emotional about your friend passing and everything, you are like way too chill. Like what's your story kind of thing.
Right.
Not that I suspected him outright, but it was just like But yeah, was this Hitsugaya, he he was too angry. Like he was too much like, what's going on? What's this? Who's that? For me to be like, this guy is involved.
Yeah, and then he decides, you know what? It must be. He's gonna confront Gin, so he gives Rangoku an orders like disappear from me right now and return to your quarters. And then he tells Iba, not Iba, what's the name? Kiryu, the vice captain of Squad 3. What's his name?
I can't remember. The guy with the blonde.
I know his sword because his sword is badass.
Oh, that's Iba. You're right. It's Iba.
Iba.
Wabiske. That's Iba. Yeah.
Then who's Ted? Oh, Ted Simon is. Yeah, it's Iba. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So and then he also tells Iba to disappear and and make sure he as far as 10 miles away from me. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee that you won't be involved and die. That moment, you see, apparently Captain versus Captain fights are extremely rare, even in Soul Society. So for us to see that was supposed to be like this rare treat, and we get to see that Itsuga isn't really that weak. You know, that guy actually is pretty strong by his own right.
Who was he fighting?
He was fighting Gin. So wait, there was a question I had on the tip of my tongue. What's this? With how did the Hinamori situation happen? Because I believe that Gin Hitsugaya fight happens after Hinamori starts swinging.
Yeah, no, because
this is when you were this is what Extraordin was talking about when they suspected Hitsugaya for the thing. She suspected it because Gin was framing him.
Because somebody was dumb enough to send her a letter while she was arrested in prison. Because Hitsugaya ordered her to be arrested. And then she breaks. Oh no, because she was being an emotional. She was being an emotional. I was about to say something else. She was being extremely emotional during the fact that her captain died, and she attacked her captain and vice captain. Those grounds alone are grounds for you to be arrested. Okay. And since at that point in time, I did double check. He's actually Squad 10 is supposed to be the guards of the interior, whatever that means. So he does have the authority to protect, to police the inside. So he ordered her arrest. He ordered Iba's arrest as well. Izuru. He's also arrested. They were both arrested.
I think Iba fought Matsumoto, right?
No, Iba was fighting Hinamori at that point.
No, he does fight Matsumoto. There is a
much later. At this point, he was arrested for that confrontation, and then he warns. That's when he warned Gin, is like, if you shed one drop of Hinamori's blood, I'll kill you. I'm like, that's not a nice thing to say.
Can I say something?
Hi.
And I'm sorry. This is to all the Bleach fans, especially for this arc. I know everybody loves to praise this arc, and I do think it is probably the best arc.
Yeah, it is.
Of Bleach, if not the second best. Because there's a lot of Arrancar fans out there. I might be one of them, to be honest. But this stretch is the worst part of this whole arc.
Yeah.
It feels so slow. It feels so messy. It feels so like I remember when I watched it the first time, I think you have Inoue running around eating food and like running around with people. And I was like, this arc just took the biggest dip I've ever seen in my life. It comes back, but this
lull was kind of lulling. I do agree.
I think Bleach also does that. Like Bleach is a very peak and valley. It's a very peak and valley anime. Like it feels like when it's hot, it's hot, but when it dips, it dips.
Yo.
I think though, but if you think about it, there was a lot of information overload at this point. We're introduced to a lot of captains. We're introduced to a lot of vice captains. Almost everybody has their own origin story in this own arc. Then the stakes are high on both ends. There's a plot, there's a B plot. The A plot is Rukia dying. The B plot is who killed Aizen. So it's like there's so much happening. There's so many introductions. There's so many reveals. There's so many.
But the problem is not all the characters even contribute to the A or B arc. Like, what is Chad doing and Orihime and Ishida doing? It's like they're being completely forgotten.
They were also captured and imprisoned at this point.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because Ishida got a dope fight against Mayuri. Like, I love that fight that he had with Mayuri.
And then after that, he was losing his powers, and then he
Yeah.
runs up to Tosin, and then Tosin's like, "No, okay, Suzumishi, wee, boom, dead. Oh, KO." And then Chad against possibly the luckiest captain you've ever run across. Ishida and Chad ran upon two very merciful captains.
Yeah, but why is Tosen merciful? That was kind of weird.
Tosin has a quasi pacifist feel.
Yeah, that's why.
At
That's
that
why
point in time,
I don't know.
suspect
Tosen
No.
makes me mad as a character.
No,
I'm just like, bro, can
I
you
didn't
please?
suspect him as a kill, as Aizen's killer.
yeah, because
Yeah.
the thing about Suzumishi is well, according to what we learned at the time, we are supposed to believe that it's designed to incapacitate the opponent without killing him, because he doesn't. His path is of justice, and justice is the path that sheds the least amount of blood. But then we all know that it's capped now. But anyway, so
Yeah.
so they get incapacitated and captured. Inoue gets rescued. Well, that other guy was running away with her, and then he runs into the vice captain of Squad 11, who takes him to Ichigo. to Zaraki, and Zaraki is busy sitting there in his bedroom with his all senior squad sitting there, like, no, he's alive and he's trying to get stronger. I can feel it. Missy, I've decided to help you. I was like,
That's why I like
Just like
Zaraki.
that.
Zaraki's such a real one. He's just like, I had fun with
Just
this
like
dude.
that, though.
We're friends now.
Just like that. Just because you're a strong person,
Mm.
now you're gonna fight. You're gonna
Yes,
be
bruh,
help-
it's Goku. It's Goku, my guy.
helping you gets me to the next awesome fight.
Mm.
And
But honestly, like, dude, you're a captain. You're supposed to abide by certain
Zaraki
rules.
does not care about any of these rules.
That's
Squad
true.
11.
He does not care.
There's a
Yeah.
He
reason why-
joined the Gote 13 just so he can fight. That's
Mhm.
his whole. It's like, if there's no fighting, then I'm bored. What are we doing?
Basically, Kenpachi went back to the real reason why the Gote 13 existed in the film. Like, if you know the history of the Gote 13, he took it back to the roots.
Yeah, so then we have, okay, now all this was just basically the deep breath before the plunge. The final rescue arc begins properly with Zaraki breaking out Chad and Ishta and Ganju from prison.
And like, this is an indication of how strong Zaraki is, because he breaks all of these rules and then everybody just forgets about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I like the way.
What was Inoue at the time?
What else? Who?
Inoue.
I was busy being carried on the back of Zaraki. That's how they came into the building.
Wow.
Like, wow, Nandakaya! And then he just looks Ganju. Da, you can't punch it!
I know you killed it, dog. You killed it.
You really did it.
Develo speaks Japanese on the low, ladies.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, dude, you must tell us in advance so that we can prepare for subtitles, because I don't Japanese.
Imagine we're now getting the sub version of this podcast.
Of this podcast.
Yeah, we can get the sub and the dub.
Imagine. Ohayo minasawa. Africa is next podcast this.
Oh, yeah, that would be that would be crazy.
I'll be cancelled. Let me stop.
But yeah, so basically, that plot is basically done.
Yes.
I think Hitsugaya becomes like a main focus for a very long time, because we still.
Because
So basically, the storyline is stalling for Ichigo to learn the Bankai.
We're heavy B plotting.
Yeah. At this point, we have heavy B plotting. Rukia Tenarenji decides, you know what? I'm gonna save my bay. I'm not gonna rely on this crazy ass orange head. I don't know what the hell possessed me. Even the sword, even his sword was like, bro, I'm fixed. Okay, let's get back to work.
Yeah, and Ukitake also feels like Rukia is my lieutenant. Cannot just let her die.
Yeah.
And also, like, Shunsui is just like something is up.
Yeah, Shunsui is up. If there's, I like even the way Yamamoto describes Shunsui is like he had a keen insight and ability to see the truth before many other people. And Jushiro was wildly popular and was always in the center of any debate. So those two people could discern something was going on. What's happening with this this execution happening so fast? What's going on with why is Byakuya being Byakuya suddenly? Because everybody was expecting Byakuya to be like, guys, that's family. That's royalty right there. Don't touch my baby. But they're like, oh, he's not gonna do anything. And then Hitsuge was the only person who was trying to follow all the rules. It's like, this doesn't make sense. I'm gonna meet Central Room 47. I'm gonna ask for them to let me in so I can petition this case. Everybody else was just had decided, you know what? Screw the rules. I'm gonna do my own thing.
Gen Ryusai was just like, yeah, if she dies, she dies. He was like, bruh.
How many royal members has he executed by this point? That man has been alive. There is nothing new under the sun. It's just that's another Tuesday. I'm surprised he's not even seen now. You see what I like about that's why you should buy warming pads and heating pads. Fire keeps you young at heart, kids. So that's why you work with fire and you won't go get Alzheimer's. You won't go. you work through your arthritis. Look at him when he was busy powering up. Look at all the knuckles cracking. All that arthritis gone because of what?
You know that he's basically like a father to these two, because even though there's a disaster at the moment, it's like, no, I'm gonna punish you boys before.
Okay, so let's actually get to the part where Ichigo does that one of the coolest anime, like, you know, not what entrances.
Wait, before we get there, we must speak about the beautiful fight between Renji and Byakuya.
Oh, right. Because where we get to see Renji's Bankai for the first time. This is a great design, by the way. I love Renji's Bankai.
I think what I like the most about this arc is you really feel their pain when they read how they're narrating the pain. I mean, when Renji was explaining that he can't move, he feels numb, he's shaking and all of that. And meanwhile, who's this? Byakuya is busy talking. He can't even hear what Byakuya is saying. Like, he never experienced this level of pain. You know?
What I like about that fight, rather, what I like about that moment is like it's a climax of pent-up frustrations for Renji. And it's also we get to see a little more nuance in Byakuya's fighting ability. Because yes, we've seen a Bankai before, but we've seen it flop horribly, and that was Mayuri's Bankai at that point. So we've never seen the destructive potential of a Bankai at work. And then we have this, we see our quasi-hero, Renji, saying, you know what, I'm going to stop this madness. Why aren't you saving your sister? If you're not going to save her, I'm going to save you. And it's like, then you realize, like, I've been watching you ever since you were my target since day one. Because you took away the only person I cared about. And Byakuya's like,
No, but the other thing is, though, in that fight, Kubo did foreshadow the conflict that was within Byakuya in that, because like Byakuya he could have finished Renji, but he didn't.
No, the thing is, Byakuya is not evil.
I'm saying he's not evil, but Renji is breaking the law. And the fact that he was willing to go to the nth degree to execute Rukia because that was what the law was of the Soul Society. The fact that he didn't finish off Renji when he could have, it was just showing some of the cracks in the armor. Because I remember thinking to myself, why didn't he...
because he was impressed.
No, I was impressed, yes. But Byakuya didn't strike me as the character that just because he's not Zaraki. Like, just because you impress him, he's not going to let you go and be like, come at me next time.
But he's his lieutenant as well. Remember?
Yeah, but I'm saying, the thing is, he was gung-ho for this execution. He was like, Rukia must go. So it was just like, if he's that gung-ho for Rukia, who's his sister, why would he spare Renji?
True. I also wanted to elaborate that we also see, you know, for people who like quoting awesome speeches, Byakuya gave the best one-liners in that fight I've ever had. I mean, the moment Ranger releases his Bankai and he says, "No, I'm going to defeat you with this thing." And he says, "Impossible. That thing's not going to make my knee touch the ground." And then he eventually does. And eventually it does end up on his knees and is like, "Your knee touch the ground. I'm going to kick your ass." I'm like, okay, time that I ended this fight with my blade. Like, the only blade that's ending this fight is mine. Then in the end, when the guy's trapped and he's incinerated, it's like, "Do you know why you lost, Renji? It's the level." A wild ape that sees the moon's reflection on the water only succeeds in sinking down. It will never reach up to my level. Your fellas will never touch me, Renji. It's like, what the hell?
That's Byakuya, no?
That's Byakuya.
Yeah.
Byakuya's like, I'm the moon up in the sky. You are just this thing.
Wait, which one was the first Bankai that we saw on screen?
Mayuri's Bankai.
Oh, okay. The second, it's Renji, no?
Renji, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
And then the third was Bankai.
Senbon.
Sakura.
No. Right. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
The way
using
the
against
place
Renji.
came up, and I was like, "What on earth is the most dramatic Bankai of them all?" It meets this man's drama.
And the fact that the sword goes into the ground was wild.
Oh.
Okay, but before we get to that fight, we got to talk about Ichigo's entrance and the fact that he soloed 3 vice captains barehanded. I was like,
But
Before
those-
that, he blocked a sword. We blocked
the
that
Sokyaku.
that big ass
Oh.
Sokyoku thing
Phoenix.
that has
thing.
that phoenix that has the power of a 1,000 Zampak toes or whatever. He blocked it.
Okay, they overhyped that one. I'm not gonna lie. They really-
No, it's a dope entrance. Like I love the entrance, but it's just like this execution thing of yours is weak sauce. Like compared to all of the other attacks that we see
You know?
later, it's just like
But I also like the
So-
way that also okay. I know we've been criticizing Yamamoto the most at this point, but also can you give props to how it's either we can see it as compassion or being a big ass dick. When he told Rukia, "No, I'll take the Rukia will be sent back to Soul Society. I will not harm them," even though everybody there knew he was lying through his teeth. It's like, no, it's mercy. I know Nahana said it quite well. No, it's not cruelty, it's mercy, because let her die without any regrets.
Okay, as the grumpy old man, I still have to come with a little bit of my grumpiness. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Donna said.
This is my biggest frustration with the tail end of this arc. We have all these captains, and of course Byakuya has been hyping Bankai,
Yes.
Bankai. The whole show, Bankai, but you'll never reach me. Bankai, I'm the Bankai. Then it's like, okay, the captains are gonna fight each other. And they don't even go Shikai. I was like, what
Which captains?
Well, Yamamoto goes. Well, Yamamoto doesn't really go Shikai.
He does.
It does.
Not really. I mean, a little bit, but they
They're
don't even.
all-
But they don't
They
go.
all go Shikai, by the way.
Okay, fine. They go Shikai, but they don't
We
go.
don't-
Bankai.
Not all of them.
So my whole time I'm like, is this fight even a real fight? Because you
It's
guys
a
are clearly not trying to kill each other.
no.
It's
I
a
think what was
hype.
happening.
Even
is
you.
that,
Sorry for. Oh wait, sorry. Go ahead.
I think what was happening is I think Soifon was trying to body Yoruichi. I don't even think that. I just think Yoruichi just outclassed Soifon. I think that's what happened.
And it's one
Because I mean, like she was trying. She was whipping out other things. She was saying, "I've got this new technique. You're gonna die. What? I've replaced you. All of that stuff." And the whole fight is just Yoruichi just flexing. Like one of my favorite points is when she just knocks out all the ninja, and I was just like, "Yo, that was boss."
And it makes me wonder if
oh my god, I actually
Soifon.
even know the technique's name. I am
It-
an no, let me shut up.
It makes me wonder if Soifon. I mean, if Yoruichi allowed Soifon to poke her 3 times, because
At that point in
if she wanted
time,
to,
we get the feeling that Yorichi herself says she's out of
or
practice.
touch.
Yeah, she's out of touch because she's like
I call bull.
But that's
anyway.
what it was her own. It was her own words. She's like, after she rescued Ichigo, she's like, "Whew, yeah, I'm out of touch. Phew, 300
Yeah,
shimpos
I think
in a
I'm.
day."
I think I'm with Buckmeister on this one. I think she was
But
just
then-
giving Soifon the benefit of the doubt.
But then at that point in that fight where we get to see them, we get to see her strip tease and everybody goes crazy, and then they have the little combat fight, and then we share hit for hit, and then once again Yorichi says, are you wearing something to augment your movements or something? There's some movies I couldn't detect at this point, and you just see Soifan, it's like, oh, you think I'd augment myself behind you?
No, I think that's just Yoruichi just being nice. I really think that it's Yoruichi just being like, I feel bad for how I left things. Let me try and make this up to you in this. And then also to Yamamoto, like as Yamamoto was saying about those two captains that are supposedly his children, like he was supposed to be disciplining them, but in my head canon, I think he had it in the back of his mind that something is up. Because he's just like Ukitake and like Shunsui, they're not impulsive. They don't feel like impulsive captains.
And they were not even scared. It's like they knew that he was not gonna.
They were. Ukitake said, "When was the last time I felt a fear as deep as the ocean itself?"
I don't know, but
I think they were afraid. I think they were afraid, but I don't think Yamamoto was out for blood.
Yeah.
It would have been nice to see. Like I was hyped to see it, and I was mad we didn't see it.
But let me put it like this: they were not scared that he was going to kill them. They were scared that he was going to reveal that power. If that makes sense.
Yeah. That's it's like. Basically, like kids getting a hiding. You're scared for your life at that point, but you never in your mind life ever think that your dad is going to actually kill you. But it's going to hurt.
Yes.
But don't you think it's weird that you're getting two of essentially the same fight? You're getting the I'm the master and I'm going to scold my student. Yeah. And you're getting it at the same time.
With
flip,
the female version.
Nah, I mean, for me, because I like the way Yoruichi moves and all of that stuff. And the fact that we also didn't get to see Genryusai versus Shunsui and Ukitake. It was just like, I mean, we're getting two of the same, but we're seeing
one of the biggest flexes in anime history, the way he looked at that poor vice captain till death. To this day, still makes me one of my favorite moments. Is like the so title. What's his name? I forgot his full title. The grand captain of the Soul Society, the captain of Squad 1. Even if there are two captains on my side, it doesn't mean guarantee victory. There's no I can have except this one thing. And she reaches down into a coat, and then he just taps. He just
I can't teach a child how to breathe. Yo.
Well, also, I think going to what people were saying.
The direct translation is, I don't have the patience to teach an infant like you how to breathe in my presence. Like.
But I think also going back to what Pila was saying, like throughout Bleach so far, we rarely get to see hand-to-hand combat, and even if we do, I mean. You would say that Ichigo and Ted were more like street fighters.
Yeah.
This is like the first time we actually see like martial arts between Siphon and Yoruichi, because all along it's just sword fights.
And you know what what I wanted to appreciate about that the Yoruichi and Soifan fight, you see more taijutsu than you see taijutsu in Naruto at that point, because they're using lock techniques to counter hook this person's leg.
Yeah. I know Masashi watched some episodes and he was just like, son of a, did he steal my
What the hell?
I swear I saw 2 Naruto runs in this. I was just like, oh hell.
Not two. Let me tell you, Zaraki has been Naruto running from the get-go. If you pay attention to Zaraki, his arms are always
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then it was Hitsugaya, it was Matsumoto as well at some point. Look, they're all Naruto running. Let's just put it.
I was just like, I know I've seen it.
The only people who went Naruto running are people who were born from Earth. Chad, Ishtar, they're running. They're all watching Naruto from the get-go, like.
But that running is, I mean, even Goku used to run like that at times. So, at times.
The only time that I can think of when I was escaping the Snake Way, when I was running back from Snake Way.
I remember he was chugging arms.
Yeah, he was chugging arms when he was running to Kinkai. When I was running back, the arms
well, I mean, in Dragon Ball, he was doing this. So I guess maybe. I guess this evolved to this.
Okay, let's get to the real exciting fight of this arc.
I wanted to ask. Before we get, I wanted to ask. You guys are saying that Ichigo bodied 3 vice captains.
Yes.
Who was the third one? Because to me, it seems like those are the captains that were not even doing anything throughout the whole arc. So.
Okay, there was the.
No, but like the thing. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just forget his name all the time. Okay, I remember all the captains' names because they're my favorites. The vice captains, I can forget them because they're only like, how many that I remember? 2, 3.
That was Yamamoto's vice captain, though, right?
Yeah, Yamamoto's vice captain.
I always thought that guy was powerful. I always thought that he was powerful. But
No, they did something in like the animations in the movies where you start to see his skills, and you're just like, Ichigo should not have had a chance at that stage with what this guy was capable of. I forget, but like somebody showed me a clip, and I was just like, for what Ichigo did to this man, that should not have.
But they were also trying to. Even the theme song was playing at that moment in time. When that theme song, if that theme song is playing, it doesn't matter how strong you are, you're gonna get hit.
I don't like his theme song so much.
I know it gives me the biggest headache.
My favorite song in the Bleach when the soundtrack is playing in the OC is that.
Oh
yeah.
Look, there are many OCTs that I like from Bleach. Like I can't if I fall down this rabbit hole, we'll be here until tomorrow. I think, in fact, one of the first presentations I showed you, Mr. Pila, I took a theme from Bleach as part of the presentations.
Oh snap!
Actually, there's a song called Anguish. It's the theme song for Holocop. I was like, copy and paste. It's from Bleach.
I think the soundtrack for Bleach is top tier. I agree with you guys.
I don't like all of it, but I like there's like 4 things that I have from Bleach in my phone on my playlist. It's like that. Yeah.
No, I agree with you, man. I was gonna say I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I was just gonna say I'm all here for the Spanish Bleach.
Yeah,
that's where I'm like, I'm there for that.
Let's be honest.
Chad has a theme song, right?
Yeah. I also like his theme song. His theme song was also.
And
good.
You know what's the funny thing? When you go to the Aranca arc, that's when Bleach entirely goes to Spain.
Yeah.
It's just becoming a Spanish. It's just becoming a Spanish anime.
and then 1,000 Year Blood War is basically a German arc. But for me, man, it's that I don't like that one that Buckmeister likes. It grew on me, but it always disturbed me because I felt like it was never really on.
No, like I loved it. I loved it from
guys. Just listen to that theme, that track called Anguish from Bleach. That's when you know someone is getting their ass whipped properly. When you hear the doom 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 doom, shame, you just know someone's in trouble. Someone's completely being owned at this point. Anyway. Okay.
But who's the third vice? Because I know it was that guy, and then it was the Unohana's vice captain.
Let's look them up. Because we're going to.
I know it's that chick with the purple hair.
Yeah, that's Unohana's vice captain, right?
Yeah.
I always like that.
Then there's got 2 captains. I like the fact that it was also Fong who ordered all vice captains to attack. Oh, vice captains attack! And then all the other vice captains looked at their respective captains like.
Yeah, like. We don't listen to Soifon like that.
She ain't my captain.
And then they go out there to get they all activate their Shikai, and then they just go out there to get bodied.
It's because they were pursuing Renji. So like Ichigo, and let's not forget.
No, I mean Ichigo landed right in front of them. They had ample time to respond.
Ichigo threw. Can we talk about how Ichigo just threw poor Rukia at Renji? It's like. Here you go. Take her. You still see one of that slapstick comedy. It doesn't run away.
Like similar to what Vegeta did to Goku.
Yes.
But yeah, man. So look, as much as we got to introduce to the vice captains, I mean, there's the guy who's the vice captain of the Fox. What's his name? The guy with the glasses.
That's Simon.
Stroden. Say hi. Say with your chest. I know what you want to say. Say it. Say it.
What?
We don't know the vice captains like
we don't
that.
Care.
We don't care.
We don't care.
We don't know them.
I don't know why he was fighting with Ikaku as if he can't.
Chochiro. Chachuri. Oh, it's Chochiro Sakibe. You don't even know his name. He's a Sasaki Chochiro.
Is that the guy who got bodied as well, or was it so?
That's the first squad. That's the first squad captain. Komamara's lieutenant is Tetsuzaiman. That's his full name.
Yeah, he was just having a conversation with Ikaku. They were drinking sake there, I think.
But can you shout out to how smart both Ikagu and and Yumichika are? They're like, that's my homeboy right there.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. Kubo basically is like, if your name is not Renji or Matsumoto and you're vice captain, I don't need you in the rest of the show.
Yeah. And was the guy with the 6'9"?
Dog, I remember his design.
He's Tosen's vice captain.
Yes.
Yeah, he was not even involved that much in this arc.
And he has one of the coolest designs. He's just like, dude.
And actually, Kubo says that he was shocked that people loved that character, even though he was not doing anything. He was like, "Oh, people already like him."
No.
Even he knows he didn't do anything.
Yeah, that's because he featured a lot in that whole flashback arc. Because he was like the top student of that.
Of Kido.
Yeah, no, he wasn't just the top. He was the top student in general.
Really?
The guy was doing well in Kido was it's no. Aizen's vice captain, what's his name? Hinamori.
Hinamori. Yeah.
Hinamori was leading the class in terms of Kido. And then this guy basically was so advanced that it was like he's a seventh year student, and then they were supposed to run this scenario in the real world, and then the super cloaked Hollow came and kicked everybody's asses. And he was the only person surviving there on his own.
I guess
the Urahara flashback.
Yeah, the Urahara flashback. And then that's when Aizen came to the rescue and killed this one Hollow with his bare hands. We never get to see his powers, like even in a flashback. Like, no, die. And then Gin killed all the other captains with his spear. And like, oh, what a wonderful flashback. And that's how she became the biggest fanboy for Aizen in history.
I think Renji was like the Naruto of that group, because he was like the one that was struggling to.
Yeah, no, he was useless in Kido. He was useless in Kido. He still is. He had to stay after school for after school lessons and everything. What Renji's proficiency was in combat. That's why he thrived in Squad 11. For those who don't know, he entered in Squad 5. He got transferred to Squad 11. He did very well, training under no one else but Ikaku. Eventually, they needed Byakuya became captain. He needed a vice captain. Renji applied. That's when he became the vice captain for Squad 6.
Right.
Look at me going on about these characters.
So these guys over here.
Yeah, these. So useful. We love them. So important.
But anyway,
Matsumoto get some like a little shine in Yana from time to time.
She stands out. She definitely stands out. But yeah, so after he bodies those 3 vice captains, I'm thinking, aren't the captains gonna intervene? They're just looking, watching, like.
No, at that point, the captains had bigger fish to fry because it was. The old man had just realized his two babies have decided to
rebel.
have decided to rebel, and then he's going to give you both the biggest hidings of your life. Soifong was like busy abusing those 2 other captains, those 2 other lieutenants.
Yeah. And then best girl Yoruichi comes in with a swaggy intro.
That is one of the best intros. Come on, that choke slam. That choke slam to hell.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to understand is, okay, obviously at this point Ichigo thinks he's OP because he's really bodying people that he shouldn't be bodying. So he gets so overconfident that he now starts to approach Aizen.
No.
So we gotta talk Byakuya. We gotta talk Ichigo versus Byakuya first. So
because after he bodies those vice captains, that's when they did that slow motion turn. He grabs his blade, he blocks Kuchiki Byakuya, and he's like, I told you I can see it. Kuchiki Byakuya! And then
but
Byakuya's
also,
like,
wait, guys, have we skipped the Central 46 part?
we haven't.
No, we haven't, because at that point, Tsuga is busy running towards Central 46, and then this whole fight's happened, because while he's still running there, that's when he senses Ichigo's Bankai miles away.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right. Okay, perfect. Okay, so yeah, getting into this fight and everything. I love the fight. It's one of my favorite fights in Bleach and everything.
Is this Ichigo Byakuya?
Yeah, this is Ichigo Byakuya.
Funny enough,
Yeah.
when I was watching this fight, it was during when I was also watching the Chunin exams. So for me, it felt like Byakuya's Shikai felt more like Gaara's sand because he kept on protecting him. If that makes sense, it felt more like a defense than anything.
That's a good.
I mean, it was still pretty dope. Yeah. I still liked how it looked and how it moved and everything. It was very, very swaggy.
That's true. That's true.
And then I like how Ichigo was busy telling him that, yeah, you gotta show me your Bankai, and you're just like, bro, you cannot tell me you have this thing now. You just been trading for a day and a half. You already.
The way he says it, it's like, show me your Bankai.
It's not a Bankai.
Like a child like a reader like you is still 1,000 years too early for me to show him the Bankai. Don't get it to your head, Kozu, Shire, Senbon Sakura. And then Ichigo releases Getsuga Tenshu. Only then does Byakuya say, okay, fine then. You want to see my Bankai? Etch it deep into your soul. And he says another kick-ass line. He says, don't worry. You won't regret this. You'll be shredded into dust long before you get the chance to. Ever since that moment, this man has all the stress.
So, like, as the grumpy corner guy yet again, this is my thing, right? So, like, when I rewatch Bleach fights, especially when it comes to Byakuya fights, for some reason, this is the fight of his. I'm not Ichigo. I'm not hating on Ichigo, but with Byakuya, this is the fight that I revisit the most if I watch Byakuya fights, because for some reason, Byakuya's like a master tactician.
Yes.
He always has plans. He always is trying to analyze his opponent's weakness. He's trying to figure out what to do. But then in this fight, all of that just goes out the window. And I feel like I'm losing a part of what makes him great. Like, he's not doing the keto stuff. He's not planning. Like,
this fight.
Yes,
I don't know, but I think in this fight, because it was an emotional thing for him. Like, I think, like, the reason why, part of the reason why I give Ichigo the leverage that you have to give him in this fight, because he shouldn't have won it, like, if we're looking at it practically. Yeah. And I like Ichigo. I like Ichigo better than I like Byakuya, but I'm just like, at the point with what Kubo has told us about the story, he shouldn't have won this fight. It feels like it's that whole confliction stuff again. It feels like he's not, because he had several chances in this fight, I think, to kill Ichigo, and he never took them.
That's
like
true.
Exactly.
When you watch it in retrospect and when you think about it, there was a lot of times he could have actually landed a killing stroke, and it was just like he didn't.
And he even praises Ichigo. Okay, there's a part where then we see the Bankai, we see the also moment where Ichigo is like much faster than this Bankai, where we also see that Ichigo is going against the trope. If you pay attention to all these Bankais are all expensive. They become super large. They, like Byakuya says, they defy the common sense of an actual sword. That's why you need 10 years practice after achieving Bankai to be able to use it in combat. Because who's going to wield around a gigantic snake thing in combat effectively? It doesn't make sense. But we have Ichigo whose Bankai doesn't expand. It actually condenses. And
it's a great design. I was like, I'm so happy to go away from that kitchen knife. Thank you.
And it also changes his outfit, which was cool.
It was cool.
It changes his outfit because his outfit is basically an extension of himself. But
yeah, I like a bit of Zangetsu there in that design, actually.
It is Zangetsu. It is. He basically embodies Zangetsu.
He does look better. I agree with you guys.
And I like the fact that the name of this Bankai also implicates its condensed nature. Tensor Zangetsu means basically it translates down to the cutting moon changed in heaven. Because Tensor is heaven changed, Zangetsu is cutting moon. So it's basically this contained moon.
But like, sorry to cut you off. I just want to say to Buckmeister, like when you put it in that way, when you frame it like he's going through the emotional turmoil internally, and therefore He's not thinking with logic. I mean, well, let me not say he's not thinking. He's not thinking 100% strategically. I get it then. I can accept the
because
fight
like
more.
you see it in the fight as well. Like you see the
it.
cracks in the armor because you can see he gets frustrated. Like there's parts in the fight where he's like, I'm gonna make sure I kill Rukia. And you're just like, from what I've been seeing from you up until this point, you've never actually snapped like that. Like you've never had like that whole thing where you get the frowning face in the eye. Like 100% calm and cool.
Kubo's just a better. Sorry, can I finish? I'll just finish my point quickly and then I'll give it back to you. I just think that when it comes to fight sequences in the entire of Bleach, not just this arc, but the entire of Bleach, Kubo's, for me, his stronger fights are when he's doing the strategy thing.
Yeah.
When he's doing the let's try and outthink each other instead of the slugfest, which has always been my main complaints about Ichigo. Ichigo is like the brawler fight sequences in Bleach that use the least amount of thinking, like imagination. It's always just I'm stronger than you.
I'm faster. I'm stronger.
Ends.
I refuse.
But like
I've decided I don't want to die anymore.
I think that's why Mayuri stands out as well, because Mayuri was more of a.
No, I think that's why Rukia has like a really good fight in what's this. But I mean, for me, I like both. I do like the slugfest. I think the issue with the slugfest though is just that he doesn't explain Ichigo's power-ups. I think that's the thing that hurts those fights. But like just in terms of the choreography and what's happening in the fight, and
because like the other brawlers who don't have this, who don't have the explained power ups, but we do get to enjoy the fights. AKA, whenever Zaruki's on the screen, it's a good fight. Whoever's fighting, we enjoy it.
Even Ikaku's fights are also really good.
Yeah. I will reserve my comments for the next arc.
Wow. Okay. So
I think Ikaku definitely stands out in the next arc, not this one.
No, I just wanted to highlight. I'm not hating on Ikaku. I'm hating on the guy you mentioned before him, but
Zaraki.
Keep it to myself.
Zaraki Kenpachi.
We'll save it for the next arc.
Okay, we'll see. Okay, no, I just wanted to highlight the only time you see Byakuya actually snap is when he finally realizes that Ichigo's Bankai is in fact a Bankai. And then he says, okay, for your Bankai, he actually condenses it, makes you so much faster, while giving you free access to all this immense power. That's when he grabbed the sword with his bare hands, if you pay attention. You know when they're supposed to like, miracles don't happen twice. Well, what do you call the second one? And then then Byakuya catches the sword in his hand. It's like, what kind of overzealous reaction is that anyway?
I would even say when he was talking about executing Rukia again, you can hear it in like the voice actor and what they're doing with the voice, because like Byakuya at this point, he doesn't feel like a character that wastes words.
Yeah,
it feels like he's a very deliberate character. So the fact that he was like repeating himself, it was kind of like, hey, this is getting to you a little bit. And then finally you see the entire crack where he's like, oh, this guy is going to challenge us with a Bankai. And then you even hear it where he's like, you're going to trample on everything we hold sacred. I was like, yeah, Ichigo is getting to this guy emotionally. Because this situation, he's not in control. Like, Byakuya is doing things where you're just like, when he was introduced, he was like 100% in control. But like throughout this fight, he's because he's even getting goaded by Ichigo a little bit, because every time Ichigo says something, he wants to respond back to Ichigo. So,
but at the same time, we need to acknowledge that blow for blow, Ichigo should have lost that fight.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that Byakuya wasn't in the game?
No, Byakuya, even if in Byakuya's off game, Ichigo was losing. There came a point where Ichigo had his leg pinned, Hadunu Yun Byakurai, and I was like, my sword, my ability doesn't increase my speed. It's you who's been slowing down, because Ichigo once again doesn't have the stamina to maintain the Bankai. You see, things that people don't realize is that Bankai is exhausting, supposed to be exhausting. There are captains who will learn later and who can't even use Bankai for twice in one day.
But this is why I have such a problem with Ichigo's fights, though, because literally after this fight, most of Ichigo's fights repeat the same pattern. Okay, like
But
Not to-
everything after this fight is just a repetition. After
But
that,
like, tell me, what's the difference between this fight of Ichigo versus Byakuya and Ichigo versus Ulukira?
and Ichigo versus Grimmjow. Come on, let's hear it.
What is the difference?
Because all of them, he goes into holification. All of them,
He goes berserk.
yeah, goes berserk.
No, he didn't go berserk in Grimmjow.
No, not against Grimmjow. You're right.
Yeah,
But
And also, like, he was in control of the hollow power when he was fighting Grimmjow. So I guess you can give him that.
I'll give him that.
I want to put it into this context. The Grim and people will come at me, but we'll elaborate it further. The Grimmjow versus Ichigo fight was basically that arc's version of the Zaraki Kenpachi versus Ichigo fight.
Yes. Yes.
So that's the arc.
Yeah.
And then
Or the
Urukira.
Renji one.
No, I don't know. I felt like maybe Renji, but I don't know. I felt like Grimmjow was way more emotionally invested than Zaraki was.
No, I'm just saying in terms of the hype of the season finale fight. After
I get that.
After that, the next season finale was basically Urukira versus Ichigo, and it was basically the same trope of I'm rescuing the girl.
Yeah, but like I think that's the thing with Bleach, and it's you either accept it or you don't. I think that's just the formula. It's the same way with Naruto.
No.
It is.
I love you, bro, but no, this is unacceptable. Imagine. The thing is, I'm
not saying it's acceptable. I'm just saying that this is the formula for Bleach. It's always Ichigo has to chase and save somebody, and then that's when the arc starts. Even the first arc, he had to take up after Rukia because he had to protect Rukia and the town because now that was the thing. Ichigo is a character, he always needs something to protect.
I totally agree with you.
He's a reactive character.
With the story. I totally agree with you with the story. But when a character's fights are literally copy-paste the same beat
that's what I meant to say.
every arc, that is unacceptable.
That's what this is.
Because if we put that in another show's context, it would be unacceptable.
That's why
kind of like in Naruto where okay, Uzumaki Naruto Rendan almost every fight or a Rasengan or he has to negotiate with QB.
Not really, because
let's
say Ichigo versus Pain has a very different structure. Just like Ichigo. Naruto.
That's why I'm saying part one. Part one started feeling repetitive to a certain extent at a point.
Why do you say that? Which fight?
Well, if we're breaking it down, if we look at Naruto versus Haku, right? Naruto Sasuke versus Haku, right?
Yeah.
Naruto does knucklehead things, right? Things get bad. Then he tries to do his strategies, and then the fox comes out, right?
Yes. True. Yeah.
Now we go to Neji. Naruto's less goofy in that fight and whatever, but he's doing his things. He's using the shadow clones.
Yes.
He's trying to get a thing for the opponent, and then he uses the Nine-Tails Fox to get him out of that situation. And then if we go to...
but he doesn't go berserk.
Yeah, he doesn't go berserk, but he still, in a sense, uses the Nine-Tails Fox stuff to get him out of that situation. And then if we go to Naruto
he earned that, though. He trained to earn that power. Though.
No, but still,
the training in... Yeah, it's the same story beats, but I'm saying the difference is that with Ichigo, Kubo didn't explain Ichigo's power-ups. And I think that's where the frustration comes from, for me personally, where it's just like... If there was some sort of explanation,
we'll get to that in the next arc because
I'm saying like even in this one, if we're looking at Byakuya and the Bankai situation, it was just like that's why the whole moving up the execution thing is just kind of weird because it's just like I felt like you could have just wrote a different scenario where maybe they just came in more covertly. Maybe they came into Soul Society and they didn't make a noise. And they were just like hiding in the weeds or whatever. And Aizen didn't know, like Aizen knew where they would enter from, but maybe he didn't know when they would enter or if they have entered yet. And then he can just give them a month to train and explain Bankai. But I feel like he's a writer where he's just like, I want to get to the cool stuff.
At the same time, like I told you, Kubo at this point, as much as people like to think that he really put his heart and soul on zombie powder, this is just like and now he's seeing people go crazy for his mid work, so he's not incentivized to improve on his writing. Because
Yeah.
we're like,
Mm. And look, I've been thinking about this a lot. I'm thinking that he was probably just following Akira's advice. I don't know what advice that was, but it seems like
No,
Akira was
there's
like,
there's
make
shades
stuff
of
up.
Dragon Ball Z, because Dragon Ball Z also, the fight structure is very similar. It's punch, 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 blast, punch, punch,
and
punch,
then
blast,
something it's
power up, transform. But the thing is, Akira
it's
took
power up,
time.
transform, something goes wrong, hidden
Yeah.
power,
Yeah.
conflict resolution.
Yeah, like Akira took
Mhm.
time to say, this is how this happens. Like with Super Saiyan, Vegeta is talking all about Super Saiyan throughout the entire Namek arc. And then also
True.
you see Goku do the push-ups, you see Goku train, and then also you get the fight where Goku gets beat up, and then he gets put in that healing chamber, and then you also understand Zenkai boosts because of Vegeta. Like there's things leading up to it. Whereas with Ichigo, stuff just happens.
His
And
training
that's why
montage,
it's like
his training montage is him just having to survive. He's the same. I think I to quote our last video, we like Zangetsu was watching Urahara kick his ass and was taking notes like, oh, so this is how we can treat him. I had a very long, detailed thing about having a wake-up program or anything like that, but forget that. Just
Just get
the
to this.
biggest hole and kick his ass for a couple of hours.
You guys are right. Maybe I hold this more against Ichigo than I should.
No, but
I'm
just
not saying you're
grinds my
wrong.
gears
I'm not saying you're
point.
wrong. I'm saying that the issue stems from the lack of explanation. Like the thing is, you don't want to go into like personally for me, Hunter x Hunter, whenever they're explaining things, it's just like, yo, this is a soliloquy and a speech, and
No,
yeah.
like when
when
they were explaining Nen, I think it's like 2 panels,
dog.
just blocks explaining what Nen is.
And that's cool for people that like that. But I'm saying, I think the thing is with Ichigo is that there was just a lack of explanation. It was just like, bro, give me something here that makes this make sense. Like, and the fact that we get to where we get to at the end is just like, that's kind of.
Because like the way I feel about Super Saiyan, because you can basically think about it, they're very much the same thing. When Goku turns Super Saiyan against Frieza, and when Ichigo gains his hollow power against Byakuya, I felt polar opposites. I was like, elated for one, and I was frustrated and annoyed at the other one because it just felt like so unnecessary, no payoff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that Bleach suffers from a lack of setup. Like that's the biggest, it's kind of the biggest issue with the series in general, is that it suffers from a lack of setup. And that's why, because I mean, to be fair to Ichigo, other characters in the series also pull out powers where you're just like, but where did that come from? Like how did this happen? And if you could do that, why didn't you do that before?
Do it all alone?
And all of that stuff. So like for me, Kubo is the guy where he did some things better than Akira, but he also didn't do the things that Akira did as well. And I think that's kind of what hurt the series. Like that's why maybe Masashi is like kind of the aggregate of the two. I mean, he's also got issues as well, but like he's kind of the aggregate where he was able to build up hype, but he was also able to give you that like wow factor. In terms of Naruto, especially, like
I think with Masashi, what he did very well was introduce the Rookie 9, right? And also give each member of the Rookie 9 more time for us to actually understand how their powers work and their weaknesses and their strength, except for 10-10, of course. But at least
who's that? Never heard of
the
that.
most generic ninja. I know I have beef with Sakura, but 10-10. 10-10's a special case. Your power is throwing kunai. Everybody does that. Anyway, just getting back to Bleach though. Yeah, I think like that's the thing though, is that Kubo, if you piece it together, like that hollow power and all of that stuff, when that comes out and everything, and then you get shades of that the first time when Urahara is training him, and because you're just like, maybe that's where it comes from, because the chain thing and the fact that they tried to turn him into a hollow, but he managed to fight it and etc. Maybe that's where that comes from. But yeah, you gotta look for it. Kubo doesn't He doesn't give you the.
I think he was low-key trying to foreshadow that Ichigo is part hollow. There's his mask on. He can use these hollow powers, and this hollow is doing the most to keep him alive. For something that's determined to say, if you lose, I'll kill you. It's really, really working hard to keep him alive. It's like,
well, I mean, it's kind of the thing of it's the host body, so he's just trying to protect the host body so he can take it over.
You know, it sounds like the editors really interfered here, because it sounds like, okay, Naruto's doing this, so please also do something similar.
Give him something dark.
No, I mean there is shades of that as well. I mean,
and then we get to see that he's the first person to use the Black Getsuga Tensho, which was beautiful. Yeah, I liked it.
The thing is, that's the thing with Kubo. It's cool. If you ask questions, it falls apart. But if you're just look at this pose, look at this fight scene, look at this composition.
I'm gonna say something, and I know some diehard fans are gonna come after me, but I don't care. But it's still true. Kubo is the Michael Bay of the.
He is. He is.
He's got more character to be Michael Bay. He can't.
It's all about
way more character than Michael Bay. Michael Bay doesn't have characters in his movies. If you look at those Transformers movies, I'm saying if you look at those Transformers movies, who is a character in that?
I'm not saying he is a carbon copy. I'm just saying compared to the others, he's the Michael Bay. It's all about aesthetics.
Yeah.
Ichigo's Mike Larry, dog.
Oh my god.
Mike Larry is flashy as hell.
Yeah.
How does he do what he does? I don't know.
Yeah.
So this fight happens. We get to the climatic clash. Getsuga Tensho versus.
I like that. I like that true form of the Senbun Sakura where it's all the swords. Like that was super fine.
Yeah, that was
super fine.
That was sick.
Or that White Emperor sword, Shuke Hakuriken.
Yeah, that one also was pretty cool, but I think the peak was the sword circle.
Yeah, the sword circle is the fun part.
I don't know why, but I really liked when he stabbed Ichigo in the foot and then Kito'd him in the shoulder. I don't know why, it just...
because like the other thing is, Byakuya fights with all the faculties. He fights like a captain. Like he uses everything. Everyone else just decides, Shikai, Bankai, I'm good. He's the actual, like, I'm going to use Kido, I'm going to use this spell, I'm going to put this with this, I'm going to trap this. Like, that's kind of why he's, like, so fly as a captain, because he's using everything in his arsenal.
I think that's why you guys were saying that he's like Sasuke. In a sense, I mean, Sasuke can do Kadon, take out Shuriken, do the clone jutsu. like that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Sasuke, that's another one. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if you guys want to talk about somebody who's hacks, that
man is he's literally the definition of plot armor overload. People think that Naruto has plot armor. Look at Sasuke, child. That person should have.
At least his fights are entertaining, though. I'll give him that. His fights are fun to watch.
No, but like I'm just saying, that whole Kekkei Genkai, it's such cheating. You can just look at people and copy their moves. Yo,
that's the Sharingan for you.
But anyway, I mean, getting back to it.
Okay, so we are back at. Okay, so Ichigo eventually beats Byakuya.
But did he really beat him though, or did Becky just say?
Byakuya just said, "You've broken my sword, and I no longer have the will for this fight. So bye."
I just think at that point he was just like it was what happened to Renji, but way more subtle. Because Renji also went through the same thing where he was just like. He was just like, this guy's not going to relent, and maybe he can do something here that I can't, because he's not bound by the rules that I'm bound by.
His inner conflict when he gave out.
Rukia's already saved, so there's no point in fighting anymore. I mean...
Well, they're busy running.
Yeah, but I'm saying at this point also, I think Byakuya didn't know about what happened with Aizen. So I think at this point, he's just like, the fact that there was this strong of a resistance kind of just broke me inside, that I'm like, I can't let this happen. I was so gung-ho about honoring the rules of Soul Society, and this kid who doesn't care about Soul Society is telling me that if it was me and it was my sister, I'm fighting everybody in the Serite. I don't care.
And I like the fact that...
And we've seen that in the first episode, or the first chapter, he actually did something like that. He sacrificed... Look, I mean, he didn't even know what was going to happen to him once Rukia stabbed him, but he was willing to do that for his sister.
Yeah.
So he was right.
what's his name? Rukia is Ichigo is the embodiment of screw the rules.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
in
do what's
power
right.
set as well. In power set as well. Like that's also his power set. It's just like whatever rules it takes for other people to do this, I just do it.
Mm.
Another thing that I do want to touch on though is that when everybody finally gets to learn the news of Aizen, because when he killed Hinamori, that was just like, yo.
I loved that part because it was like Aizen Taicho. Like, Hinamori, it's okay. I'm back now.
This
Goodbye.
This is in Central 46, right?
Yeah, this is
because
after he executed the Central 46.
First they goes into Center 46, finds everyone is dead.
Oh, right.
And then given how the blood has dried up and everything, it's safe to assume that they've been dead a while.
Days ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Izuru comes then, interrupts everybody and says, yay. And then everybody starts thinking, Izuru, did you kill everybody here? While he's leading them away, he realized, no, he's actually a diversion because Hinamori has escaped from prison or from hospital and has gone to Central 46 looking for you. So Izuru had to run back to go save Hinamori. And then that's when Eva decides, no, I'm going to fight Matsumoto. And then we learn how it's stupidly overpowered so that once it doubles the weight of everything it hits.
But then he got bodied pretty quickly. Like Rangiku was just like, this is another afternoon. I'm tired of you. Sit down.
Rangoku has been vice captain for decades at this point. It's like, oh, you don't know me, do you?
Right.
And then when Hinamori finally breaks into the place and finds out, oh look, that's Gin. Gin leads him to Aizen. Aizen, oh my god, Aizen, you're alive. And then Aizen's like, yay.
Hey, I can't wait to talk about Gin because I need to understand.
Yeah, but also Matsumoto that's when she was shocked that Gin did that because she was like, why?
What?
No, because like they kind of grew up together, but like again, there's a thing going on with Gin, and when we get to it, we'll talk about it. But it's just like,
Because Matsumoto was just shocked that Gin was doing that, you know.
Then we get to this part, Shane. Okay, then Aizen becomes Aizen.
Yeah.
And dog, I'd never seen a pair of glasses be that scary. I'll give them that. Like dog was like you see that whole thing in the anime when the glasses go white and all of that stuff. I feel like Aizen was the progenitor.
He was.
Yeah.
Because Ishida did it initially, but he was just doing it to look cool when he's sewing stuff together. But when Aizen did it, it was like, yo.
No, what you also got to appreciate about Aizen, that bastard, is that Aizen is at that point in time, Aizen just busy explaining to everybody. Oh yeah, Aizen replaced Kushiki with the awesome one-liners at this point. He's like, listen here, you are all sucking on Byakuya's teeth. Let me teach you. I taught him how to write. Because at that point, we get to see Aizen says the infamous line. It's like, learn this well, Itsugaya. Admiration is the farthest thing from understanding. Like, what the hell?
I mean, dope line though, because I mean, it is very true. It is very true. Like if you admire somebody and you just blinded by them, like Hinamori and Aizen, you're not going to take the time to see them for what they are.
Is it admiration? Is the what?
Is the farthest thing from understanding.
Oh.
And then Hitsuga snaps Bankai. Daiguren, Hyorin, Maren. Oh, everyone's like, oh shit.
You know
We're
what?
gonna see another Bankai fight.
I really have to give kudos to the Japanese voice actor. Because I've listened to the dub recently. Yes. And Hitsugaya's dub voice actor is okay. I mean, it's a deeper voice. But the Japanese one, bro.
No, I think like outside of Johnny Youngbosh and the person who voices Rukia, I just think the Japanese dub was way more consistent across the board. I just think
this one is different, eh? That's what
I'm saying is like I just think the Japanese voice actors were just better like across the board because even like the different way they say Bankai, like even the way like Renji will be like Bankai and yo. And Ikaku in that Japanese voice actor says Bankai. Like, yo.
Bankai!
No, we can't forget the other awesome one-liner Aizen says in the scene where it's like, Aizen, I'm going to kill you. Well, Temabo Koros. And they're like, don't use such strong words. It shows how weak you are. Like, it's like, what the hell?
But you know what? I don't want to lie. I genuinely thought that Hitsugaya was gonna stand a bit of a chance there. But once I realized that guy's Shikai, I was like,
When he said, don't use those words. Don't use those words that show how they reveal how weak you are. I just knew that this fight's over. It's like,
No, this is where Kubo balanced out like Ichigo's power-ups. Because like the way Aizen was just bodying people left and right, you're just like, how are you guys even in the same level? How are you like? This is a captain and this is a captain.
How are you guys captains?
How? We have the never-ending speeches from Aizen. He was explaining that his Shikai is perfect hypnosis, blah blah blah. Oh no, Kyoka Suegetsu, and its ability is perfect hypnosis. The most overpowered technique I've ever seen in my entire life.
When he was explaining I realized that you can't beat this guy.
I don't even think it's death.
I thought the Sharingan was overpowered. You know, the
Genjutsu.
The Genjutsu was too much. When I heard this person, I was like,
that was some serious Genjutsu.
How are you going to beat this?
How can you beat this?
And then it's like, I've never thought of anyone other than Guinness, my subordinate. And it's like, lastly, I'd like to praise you, Nahana. It's like, you're the only person who's seen through my deception. And then it's like, so people need to have seen your Shikai to be caught by the hypnosis. Oh, you've noticed. It means that there's only one person who hasn't seen. There's only one person who could have seen this, who could not be affected by my Shikai. It means that Torsten was my subordinate this entire time. Boing.
No, hey, that guy was playing 5D chess. But like some of it, you're just like you question it because you're like, Aizen, how did you know that? Hold on.
All part of my plan.
Yeah, hold that thought.
Aizen Madara Palpatine.
and thrown from the books, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, yay! Here's another scene.
Dog, what is it with your screen? There's always something. What's happening?
Well, it's not just you. Okay, let's see. Can I do this? It's not, I'm feeling kind of jealous. My ADHD. So okay, what can I do?
Like Extraordinary is gonna hit us with a bankai just now.
Any minute now. There.
Yeah, look, the day I do a jutsu on screen, don't be shocked.
You know what? We should talk about that one day. Like which jutsus would you want to learn for the Naruto universe? But this is not Naruto. This is Bleach. Let's stick to Bleach. Okay, what? Let's ask a Bleach question. What technique would you want to? What bankai would you want to have in the Bleach universe?
Wait, from this arc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Senbon Zankura Kageish. For me.
I think Yoin Maru.
Hironmaru. Oh, Dagger and Hironmaru. Nice.
Yeah.
You, Mr. Backmeister?
That's a good one. Tensai Sangetsu just looks fly though.
It does.
Like I would just like to look like that. That just looks fly.
You know what? For aesthetics purposes only, just because look, my favorite character of this arc is Byakuya. He's Bankai. Look, Byakuya and I always like.
That's why I mentioned him, bro.
Yeah, you took him away, so I'll mention my second favorite Bankai of them all. Okay, I don't have a second favorite Bankai. Oh, the Bankai that sounds nice. Yes, it has the coolest name.
Okay.
Kukujiu Tengen Mew.
Yeah, the fox, no?
Yes.
Oh, with the giant stand. It looks so dope, but he didn't get to do anything.
Yeah.
The most disappointment. I was like, this thing, it looks so damn cool.
I think he was one of the crew that got iced by Aizen in like 5 seconds.
No.
He
didn't even get to use it because remember, he uses his Bankai against Kenpachi. That's when we get to actually see it.
Which it doesn't even land apparently because they're about to fight, and then Yamamoto started his battle. He sensed his riots. It's like Yamamoto, chwing.
No, because also that's when you learn, when you're just like, dog, Zaraki, how was Ichigo on equal footing with you? Because he literally gets hit by a Bankai from Tosin and just decides, I'm done with this now.
Oh yeah,
You
Tosin
lose.
does use his Bankai.
Yeah, like he just grabs it.
He uses it in the most dumbest way ever. Suzumi, yeah, it's what is it?
Suzumi Bachi.
No, Suzumi Bachi is
That's
so
what.
Bankai. I need to do the actions. I'll remember it.
And we finally see Unohana's Shika.
Suzumichi Tsushiki and Makorogi. There you go. I have to do the actions to remember the Bankai.
Wait, Pila, did you mention your design?
Yeah, I did. Daigon Hayom.
Daigon and Hyuren-maru.
But guys, Unohana's Shika. Do you guys remember Unohana's Shika?
Minazuki.
Wasn't it like some?
It's a big ass ambulance.
Yeah, like a not a jellyfish, more like
a manta ray.
Was that her Shikai? I thought that was just a thing that she flies around on.
I feel like that doesn't make sense, knowing what we know later.
No, yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
That's a lot of Bleach. A lot of it is like what we know later does, like when we go back.
There is so much retconning. I mean, do you think how I felt after what they did to my boys' Ankits? Do you think I gave a crap about what they did to Unahana's Bankai at that point in time? I was so distraught. I was like, how dare you? How dare you take away my favorite character and make him this evil son of a bitch? How dare you? Unforgivable. You just see, by the time we get to the 1,000-year war arc, you just see a picture of me muted because of frustration to be over my lips. That would be my picture.
But yeah, basically Aizen bodies people and then he gets to the rendezvous point.
And he just explains how it's like, I knew Urahara was gonna put you here. Yeah, that's why I executed this and I did that. And all of that stuff. And I mean, with Urahara's plan.
We also get to see one of our favorite, my favorite kiddos at work. Because, sometimes Black Coffin is my favorite kiddo. But then the other one that I like is the communication one, Tente Kura.
Yeah. Like everything I say is going to be true and all of that stuff. But like the other thing that was like interesting is somebody was like saying in a Reddit, because they were like, why did Urahara give why did he give Rukia the Hogyokyu? Yeah, the Gigai that had the Hogyokyu. Why did he do that?
Because he was okay.
The Reddit said, and I was like, oh, that's pretty interesting, because he was just like, they got framed essentially by Aizen or whatever. That's why they kind of got banished and all of that stuff. So I guess to expose Aizen, Urahara set it up that he would make this thing look appealing to Aizen so that Aizen would fast track his plans and expose himself to the Soul Society.
After 100 years. 100 years.
I mean, to them, it's not a long time. I'm guessing
Bleach logic.
But then again, Bleach logic doesn't make sense. 100 years ago, jazz music didn't exist, but they were listening to jazz music in Soul Society. We'll talk about that.
Bleach logic. Bleach logic.
They're supposed
to make sense.
Listen to classical music at that time.
Aizen was having plans within plans. Because I mean, Ishin and Thingy were also Ishin and Urio's dad were also like wary of what was happening here. So I'm guessing maybe maybe they had to take 100 years to get this plan in order.
True that.
Yeah, my son is gonna fight captains, and he just learned his powers now. It's fine.
He's just a 15. I just got my powers back.
Well, to be fair, Orio's dad is no better, because it's like, I'm gonna help my son get his powers by threatening to kill him during this entire fight. Like,
dude,
look, let's be honest.
My son is a Quincy. He's gonna go to a place full of Shinigami, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're jumping arcs now. So yeah, just to get to the end of this then. And then we get to see
Grande appear. Sorry.
Yeah. Which was weird, because I'm just like, y'all are captains. Why is everybody stressing about Menos Grande?
I think no. The guys who were panicking were vice captains. It's like, Killian, so many of them. And all the captains are like,
True.
When that light covered him, it's like, oh. Yeah.
I think the captains was still astonished by what Aizen is actually saying and doing.
What is how far he had fallen?
Yeah.
How he turned his glasses into hair gel.
You know,
because he like breaks his glasses and then slicks his hair back, and I'm like, dog, how the hell did you do that?
And he says the best line of the entire season at that point in time. You know what? Everybody's going up and is busy going like, first we have Gin was busy saying, "Oh, I wish he held on a little longer. I'm sorry, Rangaku."
Guys,
and then
that we skipped the most shocking moment of all.
Oh yeah, wait, cue the theme song.
Yeah.
The whole Ichigo. Yeah, what happened there? Obviously, that was a nod to Goku and Trunks, but still, like, can someone explain that? What happened there?
What?
The bad guy did bad guy things in front of
Yeah.
How do you stop a sword? Then your opponent that was swinging the sword is the one that bleeds without you doing anything.
No.
Well, I mean,
Whoa, okay. The time where he blocked the sword and someone else bleeds, that was Zariki, because basically he was overwhelmed by this guy's powerful writing. Here, if you look at the manga, Aizen actually does cut Ichigo almost in half. In fact, the cut is so deep that Ichigo's held together but only by his spinal cord. So
wait, this is from, so he stopped with one hand and then he cut him with the other hand.
Yeah.
They didn't show that in the anime.
Yeah. And then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I cut too shallow, which we all know it's Cap. He meant to cut it shallow. Like, oh, I cut too shallow. I meant to cut off everything below your waist. Oh, well.
So here's my question yet again, random guy. But like, Reiatsu isn't like power levels. You can't power it up. Everybody has a Reiatsu, right?
Okay. No, I think you can, because like Chad gets stronger with the training that he does, and his thing is a whole Reiatsu thing as well. And like the Bankai and the way that works,
it's a different
the fact that people keep getting it, like, and the fact that you get different versions of the Bankai as well, because like Ichigo's Bankai doesn't stay the same, and even even other Shinigami's Bankai doesn't stay the same as well. So I'm guessing you can train it.
Also, it depends on how resolute you harden your reality, because like I said, if you condense your reality hard enough, you can actually cut Zaraki. It depends on how determined you are to actually cut the person. Aizen says it much later. A battle between Shinigami is a battle between reality. So if your reality is nowhere near as dense as mine, you're not going to be able to cut me differently.
What did Urahara say? When you block to protect, when you cut
yes. The best advice ever in training.
The only training he ever received in his entire life.
When you strike to kill, when you defend to block, protect your friends. That's the power system, my guy. That's all it is.
Yeah. I think that the pressures are different. Right. The levels of pressure are different, but also I think they're able to identify whose pressure belongs to who. Kind of like how they can.
No, I think they can, but also I think it's it comes down to, it's kind of like hockey in a sense from One Piece, where if you have a strong desire, that's when it like multiplies or whatever. So if you don't have a strong desire, because I mean that's part of the reason why Ichigo gets the power-ups that he gets, is because of the strong desire to save this person or the strong desire to do that. So if you don't have a strong desire, I guess, then your Reiatsu gets lowered, because there's a bunch of people who are in Soul Society that have Zanpakutos, toes, but they've never been on the level of a captain because they never wanted it. Like Zaraki desires battle. That's why he's so strong in battle or whatever. And Byakuya desires like prestige and leading the way and being an example and all of that stuff.
So to round it up, yes, you can identify everybody by their own unique reality. It's like their own fingerprint, basically. But it also gets stronger, like he mentions, through the example I was giving, in this case, desire. And I just wanted to get to my favorite line from Aizen at this point.
Okay.
When Ukitake walks up to Aizen as he's floating up to heaven. To the Venus Grand is like, so you've teamed up with the Menos. Have you fallen for what purpose, Aizen? To achieve new heights. Have you fallen so low? Your arrogance is excessive, Ukutake. Even in the beginning, even in the beginning, no one starts in heaven. Not you, not me, not even the gods. But don't worry, that vacant throne in the sky will be occupied by me. That's it. Then I was like, wow, he turns into Superman at that moment in time.
Yeah. That's
And
cool.
you're just like, what did that mean, bro? Like, what? Okay.
He wants to be God, full stop. That's the birth of God complex Aizen. Do you know any character that has a bigger God complex than Aizen Sasuke? Name him. Let's find out. I'm not saying people with godlike powers. There are many of those.
No, I'm saying with the God complex.
With a God complex.
Like Yagami, big time. Sorry. Like
and Lelouch. And Lelouch.
No, Lelouch, at least there's a kingdom involved or whatever. Like Yagami's literally in an apartment and he's like, I'm God of the world. What?
Oh, okay.
True.
Okay.
True.
Bro, wait, huh? Because of a diary. I can decide the fate of
and he almost got away with it too. If it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I just want to. I think we covered everything. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
I don't know. Some of the Fallout stuff was fun, and
we get to see
deciding to stay in the Soul Society. That was a nice moment.
And we also get to see that what you call it, Unahana actually healed Renji the first time around. People don't we forget that.
Yeah,
she's the one who healed him, because like you're almost healed by the time I got here to help. It seems like somebody helped us. Unahana is like, oh, kids fighting again. Here you go, sweetie. You overdid it.
Yeah.
Don't fight with your captain again, sweetie. Okay. Bye.
I watched this arc a long time ago, but I do remember when they eventually go back to Earth, and then they on the, I think was it on a flying carpet?
Yeah.
Yeah, on a flying carpet. That was a very sweet and tender episode. I'm not gonna lie. When they're like, "Oh, we actually made it home. We saved Rukia. We had a good time."
Kenpachi wanted to fight Ichigo again.
We can't forget that part. It was like, Ichigo is busy fighting with Ikaku with a wooden sword, and they're busy sparring. And then Zaki comes in, like, Captain. Like, oh, Ichigo, it seems like you're better already. Yeah, I'm feeling much better. That's good. It means once again I can fight without holding back. Boo.
No, that's the thing with like Kenpachi. I'm like, how do you train with that guy? I don't think anybody's trained with it.
Yeah, no, that's a life and death situation.
After that, Ichigo has been running the whole day, and Kenpachi has been chasing him.
Like, I think that's another thing that kind of brings people into Bleach, is that it is hilarious. Like, it is actually very funny. Like the gags in it work really well. Yeah. Like one of the that gag of Rukia being a terrible artist, I laugh all the time when they're trying to explain things, and it's just like, yeah, I get it, but it'd be better without the drawings.
Or the gag where Matsumoto almost died because her boobs almost suffocated her because she was too drunk to lift up her head.
Yeah, everything fun.
Yeah, so I think like part of the reason, like I think the biggest issue with Bleach is just how the power system is.
But isn't that the issue with almost every other shonen manga? I mean,
no, I'm saying with the other ones, they have more defined rules of what's happening. They do have points where the characters are doing things, and you're just like, hey, man. Yeah. But like, I feel like in Bleach, it happens more often than not.
I see Hunter has the best power system.
No. I see you with Bleach with the bullshit power system, and raise you one fairy tale.
Okay.
I've never really watched.
Never watched. No, fairy tale. Like for me, anytime they did that animation where Natsu had to do an attack, and I'm just like, okay, there's repeating animation, but do I have to see the same thing 5 times?
Copy paste.
No, you're right. Fairy Tail's
power system is the one that makes the least sense of them all. hole. Come at me, Fairy Tail stands. Come at me. How on earth did they defeat Agnologia? Tell me how. I want you to please give me for 15 marks. It's important for the end of year, for your end of year results. Okay, kids. I need an essay explaining how the people at Fairy Tail managed to defeat Agnologia after taking so many L's from him this entire time.
Okay, you know what? Actually, no, I was about to be very spicy, but I'll let it go. I'll let it go.
Really?
Sometimes
okay, fine. Let me say it. Okay, how did they beat Aizen?
How did they beat Aizen? That is another very important
question. We'll get to it when we get to it, but technically they didn't.
Technically, yeah.
He lost because of plot, and I could.
No, not actually. I mean, again, but Urahara did have something to do with it. Like
because of plot, Aizen would have been smart enough to have figured it out. This whole person who's been revealed as the super genius this entire time lost because of.
I don't know, but Urahara's also a super genius who figured things out. So it's two people playing chess. Maybe he just made the better move.
And of all the chess players, those two people recognize each other the most. They have the biggest love-hate boner for each other since almost 100 years. Ever since Aizen saw Urahara, he'd been obsessed with that man for the next 100 years. Are you telling me a person that meticulous and careful would have just conveniently let Urahara...
But Aizen also does things where he starts playing around with people and playing mind games for no reason. So he could also do something like that where he'd want to flex and make a mistake.
I'll say something that Pila said before, Bleach logic.
No, but I'm saying, like, if we look at it, okay, we're going to talk about it, I think, next week. Is it next week? I think it's next week. But anyway, just in Hueco he does
be like next week because it's going to be Hueco, then it's going to be the fake Korakara town, then it's Aizen.
Oh, but I'm saying, like, no, in Hueco, like, when he's busy flexing on Orihime, he just ends up showing her the Hogyoku for no reason. And he's just like, I want to give her hope, so that she can think she can do something. And then I'm just going to walk and disappear away into my chambers. And it's just like, but why? And it's just like,
petty.
That's what I'm saying. Aizen, to me.
And that season, we're going to acknowledge that Aizen was at his happiest, but it was also at his most pettiest.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, Aizen, to me, like, Urahara doesn't seem like a petty person in a sense. He seems very much, this is the things that we're going to be doing. Whereas Aizen is like, I need you to know how much better I am than you. I need this to sink into
feel it. Yes,
So I'm saying,
God complex.
I'm saying with a character with a God complex. I mean, if we look at Light, for example, the God complex was his undoing because he kept on overplaying his hand. So in my mind, I think Urahara made Aizen overplay his hand when he was, because when you look at that fight, and we'll get to it, but I'm saying when you look at that fight, Aizen didn't take Ichigo serious for a lot of that fight. For a lot of that fight, Aizen was kind of chill.
I mean, there was even a point where Gin was like, I think you're finally realizing that you're not going to be able to beat this guy, right? You know? And Ichigo was like, what are you talking about?
We'll get to that part because I need to explain what was going on with Gin at that point. Anyway, I think we should close up for tonight.
Okay, last one then. Favorite character of the arc?
I already mentioned mine.
Byakuya, man.
Yeah, this was Kuchiki Byakuya as his zenith. Most annoying, most irritating, but also most...
I don't know. I'm feeling Kenpachi, but I also kind of liked Ichigo's progression through this, even though the powers up didn't make any sense. I do like that. I do like that Ichigo, in a sense, he never had beef with Byakuya. It never. I don't think it was like this is a personal thing. It was just like, I don't understand the Soul Society, and I feel like the Soul Society is nonsense. So
I'm gonna go Ichigo. I think I still liked Ichigo in this arc.
I'd say Byakuya, Hitsugaya, Ichigo.
I'd say Byakuya, Ichigo, because
Hitsugaya would be number 3 for me. Yeah,
and then for me after that.
No, 4. He'd be 4 because Kenpachi was awesome. Like Kenpachi's introduction was just awesome.
Then I think my third favorite, I know he's your least favorite character of the arc, but just because of the way he teaches his naughty children how to behave, it has to be Genryusai. Because like I already told you, already. Discussion is over.
Yeah, no, but the voice acting in this, man. But anyway,
then you see this old man with the big ass muscles. Like I've said it before, I'll say it again. Bleach anime makes me look forward to aging. That's the only thing I have to say. And characters like Yamamoto and Hayato Furinji and other characters like that make me like, yeah, you know what? Bring on the gray hairs. Go ahead, bold. It's fine. I've lived long enough.
Yeah. But anyway, guys, this is basically the end of the Soul Society arc. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let us know your thoughts when you first watched it. What were you thinking? Who are your favorite characters? What are the plot holes that you saw? Do you understand the power system? Because we are so lost. Do you think someone else was done dirty here? Do you think some members of Soul Society of the captains should have been with Aizen?
Chad should have stayed home this entire arc.
No, the whole squad. Team. You know, like team.
Ichigo's day one. He would have
did something, but
Chad
just got done dirty.
It was Yamcha, straight up.
After that, look, and after that, it all goes downhill for all the other supporting characters. After this,
yeah.
No, I mean, Chad gets something. Chad gets a dope thing. We'll talk about it next week.
But does he though? Does he? Because it doesn't even end as in a W. It's
like,
just a draw.
immediately.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the other one. I'm talking about the other one, but we'll get to it when we get to it.
Yo, this next arc is literally copy paste.
Yeah,
the arc.
Yeah,
with just different aesthetics.
It different characters.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll leave links in the description below of these guys' YouTube channels and some of the best stuff that they've done on those channels. I mean, they've done everything that's great. I mean, I binge watch that stuff all the time. But thanks a lot, guys. This is Africa is Next, and we'll see you next week. Cheers.
Peace.
Yes. I like Bleach.